Who knows if this will happen? Too often the boy will become a turkey, a peacock, a fool. And the girl who loves such a man may become a disappointed, unhappy wife. But it is possible to grow a true man, just as it is possible to grow a seedling into a fine tree. So a young boy can be cultivated and grown into a full man. A child grows much as a tree grows. Children and trees alike grow for many years, during which they gradually realize the promise of their nature. But they need to be nourished and fed, cultivated and protected in order to reach their full growth. It is true that trees may grow to their full growth, to maturity, without care. But with the wild trees, many young ones are crowded out, never reaching their growth. Others rot and die before their time. And so it is with children. They will have a better chance to flourish, all of them, if they have room to grow and are cared for and loved, especially when they are small. Like a tree, a small child needs a friendly, congenial climate. A climate which comes for the child mainly from the warmth of the parents' love for each other. But even the older children flourish in such a climate. A child needs deep roots, firmly planted in a strong feeling of family. Such a child, grown to manhood or womanhood, is better able to face the storms and droughts of adult life. But let us see how a man can grow his trees and his children. What a man and his wife can do and be to help their children or their trees best fulfill their own nature. When Juan Tomas plants trees, he picks the best soil he can find. A man and his wife are themselves the earth from which their children grow. But this earth is made up of more than just the bodies of the parents. There are other things in it, difficult to see, with which we nourish our children. There is an inner strength and dignity and gentleness that can flow out from a woman who is happy and content with her husband. With such a quality in her, a woman can love children, all children, more warmly, more freely.
De cuántas hojas bordan el suelo, ya de los lirios.
The children who are raised in an atmosphere in which there is love flourish and are fortified by it.
Verde palmar, ya del soberbio verde palmar.
There is the respect that a man may have for himself. This too can fortify those around him. For when a man truly respects himself, when he feels deep inside without having to think about it, I am what I am, no better and no worse, and I find it good. Such a man sees the true value in each person around him and accepts it as good. And because such a man and how he feels has a strong influence in his house, each person in it, even the very little one, feels also that he is of some value and importance. All of them can feel deep inside without having to think about it. I am what I am, and I find it good, because my Father finds it good. The man who understands trees or children can be firm, but he can also be patient and gentle. When a young child is old enough to dig holes, it is useless for a father to get angry and say, "Don't dig." He would not say to a tree, "Don't grow." A wise parent understands that playing is part of the growing of a child.
We're back. We're back. We're back. Dude, the cicadas are really, like... they are really loud. They're not, like, loud in the sense that, like the volume is high and I can, like, lower it. They're loud and, like, oh my god, they're fucking annoying. What the hell? Okay, so here's, like, my question, right?
Yeah.
This is a rhetorical question, or rather, it's a question. Maybe it's not a rhetorical question. It's a question I want to ask, but I don't want an answer to. I just want to ask this because I want you to know this is where my headspace is at. How the hell did they make? How did they make like 10 chapters of this? How did they do so many sequels? How did it get so far ahead? I don't understand. Like, it's a horror type thing, right? So shouldn't it kind of
Slightly smiling face.
Fuck you guys. Shouldn't it just be like, you know, they die? Like, you know, at the end they all died and then it was really sad and then it was scary because they killed each other. Even though they were friends and like they almost had a romantic undertone, but then at the end of the day it's like they killed each other. How are there 10? So there's 12 chapters in this one chapter. And there's like, there are 12 small chapters. And by small, I mean it's a fucking hour long. Each. So it's like, you know, it's like 12 hours of this. And then there's like 10 of these. And it's all in the same, like, village or something. Hinamizawa, right? Like, it's all... Doesn't it all take place here? I don't know if it's the same cast. I haven't looked into it, because I don't think I want to do that. But, like... I don't know. Don't spoil yourself. I'm not going to, so I didn't. It's just... But, like, in the course of looking up Higurashi When They Cry on Steam, I couldn't find chapter 1, and I kept clicking into the other chapters. But then they were obviously not chapter 1, so I was like, I need to look for chapter 1. So I know the existence of, like, all the other chapters that exist. I know that they exist. How the hell do you do more of this in the same village? Is it, like... Is it the same people? Because if it's the same people, then they don't kill each other at the end? Is it like, do you relaunch the timeline and you do it again? If it's different people, then is it a prequel or is it a sequel? If it's a sequel, then shouldn't we all know the events of Higurashi When They Cry that transpire in this chapter? And shouldn't that carry into the other games? All you need to know is that Ryukishi 07 is the GOAT. Who's that? I don't know who that is. There's more than 10 chapters? Okay, well... Oh. For some reason I have to search chapter 1 in Google to find it on Steam or not. Yeah, like I don't know how... I forgot how I did it. Like, I think what I did was I clicked on the devs, the studio or something, and then I scrolled through their list of games, and then I found chapter 1 as well. He's the man behind the slaughter. He's fucking William Afton or whatever. Is he Matthew Patrick 13? Oh. Anyways, we're back. This was the end of chapter 1. So now we're on like chapter 4, 5, and so we're the end of chapter 3. So we're now in chapter 4. I'm gonna try to do 4, 5, and 6 today. But if I get too tired or if I get too spooked, we're just going to do 4 and 5. And then I'm going to have trouble sleeping at night. And if it gets really bad, then I'm going to have to...
When you make something good, why not continue until you're tired of it? Also, hi everyone.
Because you should let things end. That's why. Because if you make something that's good, it sort of should end good. It should end, like, spectacularly. And then once that's done, it's done. You should let go of your art. Like, I do not ever want to see a sequel to Full Metal Alchemist. Like, there does not need to be. There could be, theoretically. They could keep writing. Like, Hiromu Arakawa could keep writing more Full Metal Alchemist, but, like, you know, she's moved on to other things. And that's what it should be. Higurashi has an ending. Okay, I'm not saying it doesn't have an ending. I'm saying, like, let it end, let it die, and then start a new story. Is the way I see things. Like, don't do 12 seasons of something. You don't need that. At max, you need, like... Okay, well, but then One Piece exists, and apparently it's good, so I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know, just, like... It feels as though if it really was the same thing...
Higurashi, when they piss their pants.
Okay, I'm gonna, like, play 4, 5, and 6 today, and if I get too scared, I'm gonna close the game, and then, I'm gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shit my pants, I guess. Like, if I get too scared and I can't sleep at night, because this is, like, it's nighttime for me right now, okay? Like, I'm playing all these horror games at the dead of night, when there's no light anywhere. I have my room lights off, too, for the maximum immersive experience. So if I, like, shit myself, I'm gonna stop the stream. I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna go on the Discord, and every one of you needs to, like, comfort me and tell me everything's gonna be all right. That's what we need to do. All right. Okay. This is the end of chapter 3, and then we'll go. Now let's do chapter 4. Coward? Yes, that's the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. Okay, we're back to the... Never mind, we're back to the funny haha music. We're funny to the goofy, wow, look at little sleep card games. Let's have fun in the social. Can we skip this and just get to the scary gore a bit? Like, I'm so tired of reading, like, oh my god, you were gonna pick this card and then it actually turned out to be the other card. What? Like, I don't know, man. High school's over. I'm 60 years old. High school's been over for a very long time, okay? I don't need to go back to it and reminisce or whatever. You're not allowed. No. The function of this school as an educational facility is very questionable. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, where is their education? Where's the homeroom teacher? What classes are they going to? Are they preparing for university? You know, what's going on? Like, what are they learning life skills? Are they learning about their own culture? Are they developing as people? What about, like, home economics?
I don't believe him on the high school bit. Straight face.
I'm 60 years old. Like, I'm 60. I'll be there for you with open arms. Well, hopefully it won't come to that, but we'll see. Our PE class is exceptionally disorganized. The only things we do together are the warm-ups at the start. The teacher isn't even there after that. All we do is play together. That feels like illegal, but whatever. Well, and yet everybody's a different age or gender. The only rule was that we have to stay on school grounds while exercising. All the little kids were gallivanting about. Well, they certainly are being active. They might be getting plenty of exercise, but... The Board of Education probably completely forgot about this school. You give off homeroom teacher vibes. I'm ignoring that, and I'm sanctioning you and giving you a warning, and I'm putting it on your profile or your thing. You're getting a warning for that comment. Sorry to keep you waiting. We're all together now. What shall we do today for PE? Alright, we have all of our members gathered now. Yeah, I'm moving your star down. That's exactly right. Yep. Now then, class representative, what shall we do for PE today, dude? I just, like, I don't know. I feel like they... I'm not gonna... You know what I'm thinking. You won't know what I'm thinking. You see my discomforts. I don't need to voice them. You get it. Mion harumphed and crossed her arms haughtily, surveying the area. Explosive power and endurance. There are no friends in the world of sports. Everyone is a rival. The only thing you can trust in is your own body. What the heck do you mean by that? You really read too much manga. I quipped without missing a beat. And so we'll be taking a lesson from history. Tried and true king of all... It's so fucking... Why do they do that? King of all outdoor melee events. Let's play tag. It was quite the adorable choice to make after playing it up so much. Just what I was hoping for. And then, like, how do you even do the squiggly and exclamation mark? How does one emote that way? I don't know. That dunderhead Keiichi-san shall be the first one to be it. I will be beaten. I'll try my best too. You can't beat me. Why are you guys all so into it? The third rule of our society, you must partake in the game, enjoying it without question. Then this counts as a club activity? Everyone smirked at each other. They all seemed pretty confident. I'm a man. Physically, I should be able to keep up with any girls my own age. Regardless, Mion and Satoko looked like they were aiming for victory, and Reina was looking at me as if pitying my disadvantage. Fine. Tag. I'm in. My yell echoed across the school grounds. I'm not yelling that. It's like... It's not a good time to yell. These were the rules. Anyone who was able to evade being tagged before the bell was a winner. If we didn't switch who it was it. The ones who were tagged by it also became it, so the number of people who were it could increase exponentially. The endgame would become a hellish siege. They call the version we're playing here zombie tag, you see? I see. Anyone infected by a zombie turns into a zombie. Why do you make it sound so scary, I wonder. As soon as I catch Reina, I'm going to tear out her entrails while she's still alive. Gross! Keiichi-kun, that's gross! Nikishan placed her hand on Reina's head as she panicked. Don't worry, before Keiichi gobbles you down, I'll eat you up gently. Mika, that isn't comforting at all. Both Mion and I nodded deeply. Clearly. Deeply. Okay. So the first it. How do you decide who's the zombie? With rock, paper, scissors? Well, it is class time after all. Let's decide by answering questions. I'll ask the questions, and the one who isn't able to answer is the zombie. I have no idea which grade level they're coming from. What does the Japanese word roku mean? Roku is... Isn't that just 6? Huh? I was bewildered by the sudden question. Mion repeated it. So you need to answer, what's roku in English? I'm guessing like when they wrote... Did they write this in Japanese originally? If they did, I'm guessing what it was an English question. And then they swapped it around for the translation. Ichi, ni, san... And I forgot. It's 6. How about... Kutsushita, Kutsushita. What the hell does that mean? I have no idea. Socks. Fuck. What's the third last letter in the alphabet? Like, in Japanese? I don't know. Yon? It's X. Oh, like in English? What does seibetsu mean? Seibetsu. 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 It's like... It is originally Japanese? Okay. Seibetsu. Dude, I'm gonna fail this test. Seibetsu. Seibetsu. It's senior. Of course I know what that is. Satoko cut herself off before finishing the answer. I see, it's quite a lewd question. What? You're an adult, aren't you? Of course you know what it is, right?
The only Japanese I know, Kakaku. Ha. WTF is this?
I'm asking. This is my. That's what I'm saying. Is this gonna be 3 more hours of this? Like, I know there's the horror bits later, and they gotta build up to it. But do I have to do 3 more hours of club activities? Like, I can't do this, man. I can't. I'm a grown ass man. I'm 60 years old. I can't be doing this right now. But also, hello, Dara. Hello, MCF. I certainly do. Of course I know. And go ahead and say it. That, you know, that. What does that mean exactly? How... Satoko looks like she's in trouble. How cute. Don't take her home. It's a crime. You're gonna be on a list. Look. This is like... There's a lot of people that will be, okay? I'm not alone in this. All of you are too, okay? You're all with me on this. Mion's pursuit was relentless, making Satoko stammer. Now then, go ahead and say it, nice and loudly. Okay, here's what I think. I think what they should do for every visual novel game is they should include like there should be a mod pack that like ages all the characters by like 30 years. And then I would play the shit out of like so many more visual novels. If they just age everyone up like 20, 30 years. That'd be great. Thank you. Like at least, right? Because I'm a 60-year-old man. You're gonna have to like just... Okay. Go ahead and say it. What does it mean? I do know. I do know. Say it. That means a person, thing, idea, action, or event which has been previously indicated in context. Huh? All of us were a bit surprised by Rika-chan's unexpected answer. I see, well it certainly is what that means. That could have been awkward. I wonder what I would have done in Satoko's position. I'd probably get ticked off and just blurt out you know what at the top of my lungs. What the fuck is it? What does it even mean? I wouldn't want you as an enemy, Mion Sonozaki. Thank goodness you were born a girl. If you were a boy, you'd probably be a perverted asshole. No, she is still a perverted asshole. That just because she's a girl doesn't change the fact that women can also be perverted assholes too, okay? Like, women can also be horrible people. It appears I have no choice. Unfortunately, Satoko Hojo, shall assume the role of the zombie. I shall lead everyone. Seems like she's raring to go. But if they did that, it would be 10 times more frustrated when a character makes a mistake at their big age. Okay, but like, they age up the dialogue too so that it's like nuclear physics. That's what they should be doing, okay? All I must do is count to 100, correct? Some jerks skip numbers while counting to 100, so you can start chasing after you solve this problem. Whoa, Keiichi-kun, give her a simple one, okay? 1/5 of a cake, 1/6 of a cake, and 1/7 of the cake are all on a plate. Oh no. There are no common denominators. What's the common denominator between 5, 6, and 7? It's like... Is it actually 210? It's not 210, right? I mean, I guess you can. 210... 5 times 4 is 20. 42... 42... 35... 42, 35... 30. 42, 35, 30. 65, 42. 107. Over 210. That should be the answer. It should be 107 over 210. That's how much cake.
107/210.
That should be how much cake is on the plate, I think. Satoko grabbed a stick in a panic and began drawing a cake in fractions on the ground. If Satoko can eat one cake in if Satoko can eat one cake in 60 seconds, eats all of them, how many cakes are left on the plate? What? He can... Satoko can eat one cake in 60 seconds? How many cakes are left on the plate? Well, if... After how long? After how long? Or 214 out of 420. Yeah, but you gotta, like... You gotta bring it back down. You gotta simplify the answer. It's not the simplified answer. The simplified answer is 107 over 210. Just as I finished giving the word problem, Mion shouted. The question is nonsensical. The question is, if you can eat one cake in 60 seconds, how many cakes are left? Shouldn't it be like, how much time would it take to finish the cake? In which case, it would be, like, you know, 107 over 210 times 60, which would be like 2000 over 70, which is 200 over 7, which is like about 30 seconds. It's like about 30 seconds. But like the question makes no damn sense. Why must you deny my math of its complexity? Because the answer presented must be simple. That's the rule of math. Ready, go! On Neon signal, everyone but Satoko scattered. This math question sucks. On Neon signal, everyone but... Oh yeah. Hehe, Keiichi-kun. That wasn't a problem at all, was it? Satoko had already lost the moment she started working it out. She's eating it all, so of course there's nothing left in the plate. Yeah, what are you talking about? Like, what the hell is the question? This sucks. This sucks. This is a terrible question. Everyone dashed off in a direction they thought was best. Knowing the lay of the land, they probably headed right to the best spots. It was obvious I was at a disadvantage. At a time like this, it would have been more effective to go along with those trained in survival skills. Like Mion, for example. The fact that I didn't realize it at the start of the game probably hurt my chances. Glancing back over the school grounds, I saw something was just rising up to start. She was really, really mad. Mwahaha. She got tripped up on such a dumb question. Oh yeah, she did. What happened to tag? They're playing tag now. I stood at one of the corners of the school. I had clear sight lines in two directions and would probably have a good response time if any zombies started closing in. For the time being, I caught my breath and focused on what I was trained to think during club activities and stuff. Now think calmly, Keiichi Maebara. If I was it, what would I do? Increasing my numbers would be the shortcut to victory, then going after the weakest player first is the obvious plan of attack. Meaning me. Uh-oh. Now then, where could Keiichi-san possibly be? I shan't let you escape. Okay. I realize I don't have any water with me. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water. Everyone hang tight with... I forgot what her name is, but you know her.
I made pizza bagel bites earlier, 'twas the highlight of my day so far. I'm having some schnitzel. And I got stuck in my room all day after the lock broke, lol. No.
Pizza bagel bites, nice. Got stuck in my room all day after the lockdown. My condolences. But you know, there are worse places to be stuck in than your room, I suppose. Or maybe not. It depends on how often you get to be stuck in your room. If it's too little, it's great. If it's too much, it really sucks. Took your sweet time. I got my water. Whatever. Where were we? Tag. But of course, what would be the best method to track me down? Oh, that's what he's saying. Protagonist Kun. Footprints or smell, or maybe some type of trail. If I could craftily hide my tracks, then there would be no trail for Satoko to follow. But I was no detective. Would I even be able to do that kind of thing in an amateur game like this? Tomita, Okamura, have you seen Keiichi-san recently? What the heck? Do zombies hunt their prey by asking nicely where they went? Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun pointed to the location where I was hiding. After confirming she was headed in this direction, I abandoned my position.
Hello, Mr. Charis.
Hello, Blitzer, hello. It wasn't easy to hide myself with all these little kids running around as they pleased. It was becoming even more obvious that I was at a disadvantage from not being familiar with these surroundings. If that's how it was going to be, then to confront this intelligence-gathering zombie, I'd just counter it in a similar vein. I approached some girls playing with a ball. I'm sorry, but could you relay this message? Tell Satoko Hojo that her parents are at the gate, please. Message, ahahaha. Okay. I stopped the girls as they turned to run off. Wait, don't go yet. Also, take this one to Mion Sonozaki. Tell her the teacher's calling her to the gate. Mwahaha, I'm quite the schemer if I do say so myself. If things went well, then Satoko and Mion would run into each other at the gate. It would put me at a disadvantage if more people were it, but this was Mion we were talking about. She'd figure out a way to escape. That was just fine. As long as it bought me more time. Dance for me, Mion and Satoko. Palm in the palm of my hand. How long is this? Can we get to the part where they kill each other? I'm starting to want to get to the gore bits now. Oh. Hang on, I got my water for this, precisely. I forgot to mute myself coughing, my apologies. You're remarkably persistent, thank you. Having my fill of playing the conman, I looked for a place to hide. If you think about it logically, I'd only bought myself a scant amount of time, and it might even come back to bite me. Once it became apparent I'd started spreading false information through messengers, I could end up being the recipient of one of those messages. Satoko would probably ask the messengers to help her look for me. That would mean there would be more zombies than participants in the game. The virus that was brought about by my mischief could cause an epidemic. All my classmates would transform into zombies and would only be searching for me. This tactic might backfire horribly. While trembling at the thought of the impending dawn of the dead, I began searching for a safe house.
LOL.
Did they refer to Dawn of the Dead when they were writing this in the original text, or was it just a translation thing? I want to know. I found a shed by the incinerator behind the school. After climbing up to the roof, I held my breath. It wasn't a bad place to hold out. Not only did I have a good line of sight, but if necessary, I could jump off in 3 different directions to escape. It was getting rowdy down there. The lower grades were running around below the shed. Maibara-san isn't around. Is he over there? Nope. Where's Keiichi-san, I wonder? His dad is at the front gate. That was definitely allowed. The word gate, the same one I'd used, gave a hint of revenge. So Mion was behind this. I was still keeping one step ahead of the game. I felt bad for my underclassmen, but they'd have to search until the school bell. Hey, do you know where Keiichi-san is at? His mom suddenly got really sick. A message from Maibara-san. They said his house caught fire and he needs to come to the gate. A jumbo jet fell on top of the Maibara residence. The police have come to question him. Him? Question him? Hey, kid. Your entire household caught fire and a jet fell on it. We'd like to pull you in for some questions. What? I was at school. Anything goes now. They say he enjoys peeping into bathrooms. Oh? Is it true that he's going around every night stealing panties? Who are they talking about? I heard he wears panties on his head and smells them and stuff. No way would I do that! I heard the class representative Mion was a victim too. What? Oh, this was your doing, Mion. Calm down, Keiichi Maibara. This is Mion's battle tactic to flush me out. Just hold on. If my underclassmen thought about it logically, they would know it's all nonsense. Small kids don't think about things logically. To them, all those things are truths. They all chuckled together while looking for me. What? I win, Mion. Katana. It's my victory. Wiping unrelenting tears away, I felt intoxicated by my own victory. Did you hear? I heard that the new transfer student, Maibara-san, is a really perverted person. The cost of beating me on had too high a price. Oh, someone passed below. That's Reina, Nika-chan. Nika-chan, you still okay? I'm getting by somehow. It seems Mi-chan is it as well. Mion? It couldn't be. She'd become it because of my little strategy. This confirmed that Mion was behind his relentless message war. Then, this wasn't good. We finally got away from Mi-chan, but Satoko-chan, Satoko is searching around the pipe, so we should be safe here for a while. Upon hearing that, I breathed a sigh of relief. While Reina was slumped on the ground breathing heavily, Nika-chan had started creeping up to her. Nika-chan doesn't normally make noise when she walks, but it's strange. It couldn't be. Whoa! Nika-chan? What is it? How? Don't worry, I'd never seen Nika-chan smile so creepily before. Why are you coming closer? Why? Nika-chan isn't a zombie, is she? Don't be scared, I'll be sure to eat you gently. No way! Nika-chan, no! I can't do this, I'm an old man, okay? Don't make me do this. Reina was pressed against the wall and Nika-chan lurched forward with both arms out, just like a zombie. Reina quaked with her back pushed up against the wall. It was quite a surreal scene of horror, like one of those zombie breakout videos you've seen. At that moment, Reina's eyes met mine. Keiichi-kun, save me! Zombie Rika-chan turned 180 degrees, exorcist style, and glared at me. Found him! I see Kei-chan! Mion popped out from behind the cinder block wall around the garbage dump, also seeing where I was. My position was only advantageous when there was one zombie. Being surrounded was not as good. You had a typo there. How dare they in this, 10-hour visual novel have a single typo. You better remember all of this, it's very important for the plot. Okay, Honestly, that reminds me of a question I had like prepared. Another question I had, right, for people who have played this. Like, how much do you remember? I'm playing through this right now. Are you like, oh yeah, that bit. Oh yeah, and then they played tag. Like, are you thinking that, or are you also just trying your best not to say it because you don't want to ruin my experience, but deep down you're thinking like, God, can we just please get to the murders and the death and the horror and like the gore? Can we just get to that, please? Like, it's fucking like, are you thinking that, but you can't say it because if you say it, it sours the mood, and then I'm gonna like enjoy it less, or it's like you fear spoiling it for me. I don't know, whatever. Like, I don't believe any one of you have actually like enjoys this bit. Like, I'm sure that you think you did, and maybe you did back then, but if you read this now in 2025, you wouldn't be like, oh my god, what's gonna happen to Rika-chan? She's gonna be caught as the zombie. There's no way. Whatever. You said you located Keiichi-san? I could tell that Satoko was rushing my way. It seemed that Rika-chan had let Reina escape, and now she was bearing her fangs in my direction. It's that TikTok. Is it a TikTok? I think it was a TikTok where like the guy in the car was like, but I loved her. And then he yells at it. It's just like replaced by the zombie sound, the Minecraft zombie sound. That's all I hear right now. Whatever. Come on down, Kei-chan. 3 zombies circled the shed, moaning curses. You guys are scary, too scary. I wonder how Keiichi-san's guts taste. Keiichi-san, Keiichi, I want you to become one of us. Someone please save me. I missed the limbo stream, sad. I wanted to argue about free will and tied to the literal state of limbo. Well, if you want to argue, like, you're going into it with the wrong mindset, right? Like, maybe what you intended to say is you want to exchange ideas and see what we agree on and what we disagree on, and then move on from there. But if you're coming in with like the intention to argue, that I don't know if that intention may perhaps be a little misplaced. Regardless, you can leave comments if you want. You can go into my Discord if you want. You can write me an email if you want. Or you can wait for the next Just Chatting stream if you want. Or a stream that's a bit less reading heavy. And I'll be happy to answer your questions. Or, talk about things. If you want the quick and dirty, free will is necessary for the premises of my beliefs and my approach to life. That's the quick and dirty of it. So it's not that I have an argument for it. Like, it's more that like so much of it really hinges. Cool. So much hinges on free, like some sort of agency, that I can't imagine any fruitful conversation being carried about assuming that it doesn't exist. Frankly, everything's going in one ear and out the other for me. Me too. Me too, gentle. I saw Reina apologizing to me from across the schoolyard. An apology. Sorry, leaving me for dead? Reina! I leapt off the roof out of fear, slipping as I landed. Satoko and Rika jumped on top of me, and after straddling me, they tickled me all over my body. Again, I'm a grown man. Please, please have mercy. Please just get me out. Get me to the killing. Just put me in the killing bits, okay? Stop. Wah. So this means Reina is still left. There isn't much time until the bell. Damn you, Reina. How dare you leave me for dead? The feelings of a zombie. I understood how vengeful ghosts with lingering regrets felt. It's sad, so sad, but Keiichi is one of us now. Felt like I'd been bitten by a vampire and was now one of the thralls. It was a strange feeling being welcomed over to the side that had pursued me. Zombie tag is quite profound. This is no time to postulate. There's always time to postulate. We must capture Reina. The principal is walking down the hall. The bell will ring soon. To devour Reina. I, who had been turned into a demon of vengeance, needed to use any means necessary. Except I wasn't just a zombie. I was a master of the night, a vampire. Using the same trick that had tightened the noose around my own neck, I used my classmates to further my evil designs. I gathered up the lower grades from around the school grounds. Everyone listen. Reina's in big trouble. All of you, please look for Reina. It's a bigger problem than a jumbo jet crashing into your family's house? Oh yeah, it had turned into that, hadn't it? Mion whistled nonchalantly, trying to avoid the blame. Yeah, it's not even in the same league as jumbo jets. What fell on Reina's house? It was a space colony. A space colony? Yeah, it's a really big disaster. Everyone in a 100-meter kilometer radius was obliterated. But that's only the prelude to this tragic tale. This is the beginning. The start of a war for independence by the propagandality of Zeon. The lower grades are dumbfounded, their eyes like saucers at the grand turn of events. What will happen? Will the Terran Federation lose? If things go on like this, they will. Only one person can defeat the Red Comet. That person is Reina Ryugu. The lower grade students all gulped. It seemed I'd made them fully understand that the fight for Earth was lost without Reina. Now scatter, comrades. We must find Reina. My comrades in the lower grades let out an enthusiastic cheer and dashed off in various directions around the school grounds. There was still one person who hadn't gone, but I thought even the Terran Federation's impulse wave diffusal cannon didn't work on the Comet Empire. You're close, that's the white variety of those comets. The reason it didn't work was because they didn't know the weak points. Of course, Reina knows their weak point all too well. Ryugu-san is amazing. Satisfied with that, he also rushed off to look for Reina. It doesn't seem like there are some promising up-and-comers amongst the youngsters. It does seem. Excuse me. Little Kei-chan's abilities. This old man knows them better now. I didn't really feel like she was complimenting me, but whatever. Really though, how exceptional, Keiichi-san. This looks quite promising. If we have this many, we can win. With this many, we will win. I was thinking that Keiichi would have been a better nominee for the initial zombie. Ika-chan's words stung a bit, but I'd let it slide for now. Not even Reina would be able to escape the entire class. As a result of everyone's thorough search, Reina was finally cornered in the back of the sports equipment shed. You're all scary. Keiichi-kun too, so scary. It probably was scary being chased around by the entire student body. All the lower grades closed in on Reina, saying she was the only one who could save the world. What are you all saying? I can't control my mech? Reina, how could you leave me for dead? Are you ready to pay for it? I'm sorry about that, Keiichi-kun, but I didn't have a choice. Do not resist. Let yourself be devoured. I want to hear this music play in the scary parts. Me too. They cut back to the opening scene and it's just this BGM instead. Dude, it's so tiring. Like my ears, like I feel like I ran like a marathon listening to this track, and I'm sitting on my chair. Whatever. Let's all be together. Now, Reina, say your prayers. Mwahaha. Reina had stumbled onto a mat, trembling, with tears in her eyes. I closed in, associating this situation with a similar, particularly immoral one made by post-clicking just a little bit. Satoko and Rika-chan were both wiggling their fingers. They probably wanted to tickle Reina. Reina, wanting no part of what she knew was about to happen, went stiff with fear. Keiichi-kun, you wouldn't do mean things like everyone else, would you? Would you? I wonder. How? Now then, are you ready? Okay, so long as it's Keiichi-kun. The face she made as she resigned herself to her fate made my heart skip a beat. I can't do this. I'm old. I can't do this. I can't. She gotta let me. I believe that Keiichi-kun wouldn't do horrible things to me. Buddy, that had to be some sort of anti-zombie mantra. The second my sense of reason chimed in, the beast inside me died instantly. The Mr. Beast inside me? There was the bell. Game over. Yay. I did it. I survived. Yay. I see. Now I'm thinking like, yay? Like in Taiko. You know that rhythm game with the drum rhythm game with like the little mini drums, and then like when you beat a level they go yay? That's how I'm hearing this right now. Reina pranced around merrily as if a curse had been broken. So daylight broke at the nick of time, and the evil zombie army is disintegrated into dust, and so the heroine survived. Well, that's how it goes in the movies, anyways. What are you postulating about? Right now, I'm just wondering when this like ends. I need to get out of here. I can't do this anymore. This is all because Keiichi-san was dawdling about. Punishment is required. I was subdued by Satoko and Rika-chan and once again sentenced to death by 100 tickles. Eek, forgive me! Then the award for surviving goes to Reina Ryugu and Mion Sonozaki. Yay! Mi-chan wasn't a zombie? Only pretended to be one. They say you need to deceive your allies before you can deceive the enemy, you know? What? You can do that? They didn't touch each other? Okay, I guess. Alright. You're all me on, you little... Yeah. Hurry up and change, alright? Don't be late for the next class. No, but then, like... What the fuck? Then didn't the progenitor zombie know then? Didn't the progenitor zombie know that Mion wasn't, like, it? Satoko? Satoko started, right? Satoko is the progenitor zombie. If Mion just showed up going like, yeah, I got tagged too, like, you know, wouldn't she know that, hey, that's bullshit? No, I didn't actually hit Mion. What was going on? Like, why? Huh? Whatever. Hurry up and change, alright? Don't be late for the next class. Let go of me, Satoko. Wah! Having had my fill of being terrified to my very core by club activities, I solemnly swore I would have Mion crying for mercy next time. Higurashi, when they cry. Was that a whole chapter? That was not a chapter, was it? That couldn't be. Oh my god. Oh. Wait, we're going back to the dam. We're going back to the dam, aren't we? No, we're not. We're going back home. Never mind. After arriving home, I quickly made preparations to head out once again. I had agreed to meet with Reina to dig up Colonel Sanders out of the mountain of treasure from before. Mom, do we have work gloves? I need towels too. Aren't they in the shed out back? Towels are by the sink. Alright, now it was all ready. Looking at me, my mom stared quizzically. What's going on, Casey? Where are you headed to in that getup? If they come to dump again illegally, he'll be buried complete and it'll be impossible to dig him out. And if that happened, Reina will undoubtedly go after the Colonel Sanders in front of the fried chicken place in town. A bit of excavating, so my classmate doesn't become a criminal. Well, don't be out too late. Mom returned to the kitchen with a puzzled expression still on her face. Cutting through the woods as a shortcut to the dam site, I ran into someone. It's the guy! It's Tomi Taki-san. He started it. This guy is the devil. Probably taking pictures of wild birds again with that precious camera of his. It couldn't be that all he took pictures of was handsome young men in the twilight. Hey, long time no see. Keiichi-kun, right? My due regards. I expelled the rude imagery from my head and greeted him without inciting anything. By the way, is that girl an acquaintance of yours? He was probably talking about Reina. Guessing by the way Tomi Taki-san was shaken up. What was that all about? She was walking around with an axe. And she was laughing with a huge smile across her face. We're digging up Colonel Sanders. That was Reina, without a doubt. It was probably because she could take it home today, so she couldn't hide her excitement. I hid myself because I thought it might be dangerous. Should I call the cops to be safe? Well, it certainly would be quite the spectacle for a girl of her age to be roaming around with an axe. Tomitake-san's reaction was the epitome of logical. It's fine, it's fine. Just leave her be. She's just wandering around looking for more victims. Tomitake-san was alarmed by my crass response. Well, it's probably hard for normal people to understand Elena. I'll just toss a bunch of BS out there. If you were to be killed out here, she'd probably be the one to do it. Why are we doing that to our friend? That feels mean. Don't take me down. I mean, he's very, like... That's why I'm sus. He's a bit too... Like, the only character who... like, his mom and his dad haven't gone, like, do not have a portrait. This random passerby guy with a portrait, and he looks this good, he's gotta be, like, the devil. Actually, he's an ephemeral vision. He is a ghost. He is someone who died in, like, the damn stabbings or whatever. It wasn't a stabbing, it was like a dismemberment. He was like a victim or something. Or he's like a ghost that's come to haunt the dam. We've only seen him near the dam, so, like, I don't know, like, what else? This is a horror game, right? Like, what else could he be? There's no way this dude's just a dude. There's no way. I'd be really surprised if this guy was just a dude that passed by. Like, he was, I don't know, whatever. Try not to snoop too much around here. With a condescending smirk, I started off in the direction of the dam site where Dana was waiting. Before I got too far, Tomitake-san abruptly called out to me. Keiichi-kun, is that meant to be a warning for an outsider like me? Oh shit, uh-oh, take it back, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way, I didn't know I'm not racist. I didn't mean that seriously. I did try to make it obvious, but... I'll try my best to be careful. Leaving only those words behind, Tomitake-san turned around and left. I didn't really mean to call him an outsider. I wasn't really implying anything when I said that. It was only meant to be a joke, but it felt like I'd said something bad. They're not putting me in the next diversity inclusion meeting. Keiichi-kun, I was waiting for you today. Let's try our best today. I understood what Tomitake-san was trying to say. Somebody gallivanting about while waving an axe around certainly would seem dangerous. You should cover the axe with something when you have it in public. It's not good to carry it around in the open like that. Seems like I lost it, so there isn't one. Thinking about it, there really was no need to try to keep up appearances. Everyone in Hinamizawa probably already knew about Reina's eccentricities. She's probably the only person who could carry an axe around Hinamizawa and not be considered suspicious. Oh well, let's finish this today. If we bust through this last beam, we should be able to pull him out. I've got everything I need. Leave it to me. Okay. I took the axe from Reina and made my way up the unstable slope. Just wait, Colonel Sanders. Keiichi-kun will save you. Alright, get back. I'll finish this in one go. A solid thwack rang throughout Hinamizawa, as if the job was being done by a lumberjack. How is it? Think you can do it? If it looks too hard, you don't have to strain yourself. If I can break through this, then we'll be good. I have plenty of power today. I can do it. But this adversary was more formidable than I expected. First of all, I'd never used an axe before. During a school camping trip, I had wanted to split the wood, but I lost at rock, paper, scissors and wasn't able to do it. Because the spot at where I was standing was so unstable, I soon became tired. I decided to take a break. Reina had already spread out a tarp and laid down some tea and sweets. I'm fine, I'm almost there. I'll make sure Reina can give Colonel Sanders a good night kiss tonight. Yeah, thanks. Giving Colonel Sanders a good night kiss. How? Come to think of it, Reina, you're a transfer student too, right? Where did you live before? I asked her nonchalantly while drinking tea. I thought she'd lived here all her life. In Kanto. It wasn't as rural as it is out here, but it was still out in the countryside. Why did you move here? To Hinamizawa, I mean. You know, this is pretty far out in the boonies. Why did you move here? Does it have to do with your dad's work? Dad said he wanted to move out to a studio. He'd been saving for a while somewhere deep in the mountains like this would be perfect. Saying for a while. Studio? Is your father an artist or something? He paints scenery. Seems that twice a year he opens a gallery for the stuff he does. When he started, his works were displayed in an industry plaza in Tokyo, but now they're exhibited in the Makuhari Messe. He's determined to have them displayed in the Waterfront International Exhibition Hall. That's amazing! Let me see them next time. I was too embarrassed to tell her that I didn't really know what kind of pictures my father painted. Well, eventually I would, pick myself up while giving some vague answers. But you transferred in the middle of the semester, didn't you? Wasn't that a hassle? Not really. I was getting bored of the city anyway. I was trying to get answers from Reina, but I ended up being the one giving out all the answers. With a bit of a wry smile on my face, I grabbed the handle of the axe and headed back to the worksite. The air grew colder as the sun slowly set. The Higurashi began their song, as if to tell me to stop and head home for the day. Just a bit more. Today, I would end it. When I first started, I chatted with Reina as I worked, but now I didn't have that luxury. Hooyah! You little... Damn it! I had swung the axe countless times today, just like this. Contact. Shards of wood splintered. The assailants butchered the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes. I recalled that passage from the tabloid. One hit with something like this would smash someone's head in. Axes and pickaxes are not meant to be swung at people, ever. With one last swing, the beam cracked apart. The weight I put behind the axe not only split through the beam, but smashed the statue's shoulder as well. The arm came off with a sickening sound. It clattered down noisily, stopping at my feet. Yeah. Well, what's the matter? You hurt? Sorry, the figure's arm, I broke it off. Oh, that's all. I thought Keiichi-kun hurt himself. Probably had a really guilty look on my face. Nana said that without a hint of dismay as she smiled. We just need to tape it back on and put a coat over him. Nobody will even notice. I see. Let's pull him out then. Can you get that side? Okay. Seems they haven't been able to find one of the arms, you see. I laughed dryly at how pathetic I was for considering the arm flopping down and rolling to my feet to be such a bad omen. Both Reina and Mion knew how sickening that incident was, so they pretended that they didn't know. I looked it all up by myself, and shamefully enough, I was scared. You pathetic Keiichi, Maibara. Alright, Reina. Let's do this in one go. Ready, and... Oh, we did it, Keiichi-kun. Yay! The right time to give 3 cheers. That moment of 2 days of work bearing fruit. He who was brought to Hinamizawa covered in filth to meet his end. Instead, we were able to welcome him back. You're pretty lucky, Colonel Sanders. Your new master is a pretty decent person. Wah! Colonel Sanders, he really is cute. It didn't matter that he was dirty. Reina nuzzled him cheerfully with her cheek. I was dead tired, but seeing Reina's happy face made it all worth it. I'll help you carry it back. It'd be bad if it got dark. Yeah, right. I really want to thank you, Keiichi-kun. I won't forget this. Think real hard about what you'll do to repay me, okay? Whoa, I wonder what kind of repayment, I wonder. For now, I just hold back my evil cackle. We were ready to take it to her house, but we couldn't go like this. We rolled the statue up in the tarp and lifted him up. And so Jack and Jill went down the hill, carrying a human-sized bag and an unsheathed axe. I prayed that we wouldn't run into Tomitaka-san. If he saw us here and took a picture, we'll need to get rid of him. Lol. Is that meant to be a warning for an outsider like me? Something struck me as odd about the words Tomitaka-san, unable to grasp my sense of humor, had left behind. There were no outsiders in the village. Higurashi, when they cry. There aren't any outsiders in this village. How would there, like, why is he just visiting? How come nobody, like, anyone would know? What kind of name is Reina? We've received new tips. What, like, who? Like, that's weird, you know? Like, why? If there's an outsider just hanging around the dam, shouldn't everyone else know? But it seems like nobody else knows that he's here, so that must be He's a ghost. He's like 100% a ghost. The question is just like, is he a ghost with like malevolent, malicious intent? I don't know. What are my tips? What kind of name is Reina? And like, you get the creepy, horrible, like, death and dying music, like the ritual music, and then it's just like a classroom scene. What kind of name is Reina? Everyone in the village is probably busy working. Probably, maybe, I guess. All right, we did one
He's just
chapter.
John Photographer. If he's out there in a weird place, it probably makes sense. He's a photographer. _ chair think.
Sure, I guess. Sure. How was it, Kei-chan? So you went to Reina-san's house? Wasn't it amazing? It's nothing like that, right? Right? Unlike my house, the Ryugu residence wasn't newly constructed. It had been renovated from a pre-existing building. Well, the house itself was fine. The problem was the yard. There was crammed with rows upon rows of oddities. They were all the same as Colonel Snyder's, stuff you'd see while walking around in town. The cake shop's mascot, Little Licky. The Toad-Old-Man in front of the pharmacy. Okay, her family is, they're a family of witches. They're trying to, like, they're cultists. They've got, like, an evil enchantment circle thing. And they're trying to, like, sacrifice the town, everyone in the town, to create, like, a Philosopher's Stone. Kinja no Ishi. That's what they're doing. She even had the amazing flying elephant from the top of the department store. I'll agree with you that those are cute, but why the mailbox? Wouldn't you get in trouble for that one? But, how so cute! She must have just thought about it because her face filled with delight. So it's the bigger the better, just as long as it's big. And her room displays the smaller ones. I had a chance to see them before, and cute kids like Reika-chan are locked away in the basement? Yep, I'll keep anything. How cute! So she takes anything she likes back to her nest. No ill will intended. Hey, Reina, you know about the Statue of Liberty in New York, right? Is that cute? Yeah, cute. How? I want it. The US should probably come up with some countermeasures ASAP. The art team in my head has advised me not to continue with this joke. Alright. If not, the Statue of Liberty really will take a trip to Hinamizawa in the not-so-distant future. My apologies for keeping you waiting. Rika-chan had returned. No fun being called to the staff room. Did you do something? How rude. Rika isn't a hoodlum like Keiichi-san. Hahaha, nothing like that, Keiichi-kun. Rika-chan is a member of the festival committee. Festival? The school cultural festival or something? Kei-chan, I already told you. What's the village festival? The Watanagashi. Oh, come to think of it, she did say there'd be a festival at the shrine during the next break. So what's this Watanagashi thing about? Is it like a floating lantern festival? I guess the last part where you set things adrift in the river is similar. Except we use cotton things like old worn out futons and padded cloaks. It's a festival expressing thanks for their years of service. Do people living in Hinamizawa dump their futons and padded cloaks in a stream? Sounds like it'd be a lot of trouble if it backed up the current. Maybe they should just drop some fish in and have a fish wrangling competition. Skewer them and sprinkle a little salt. Oh man, I can smell it already. That's just summer camp. I never anticipated how destitute Keiichi-san's imaginative capabilities would actually be. What? How could you tell I was thinking something silly? It was written all over your face. What sort of face could have expressed what I'd imagined just now? Reina demonstrated for me. I see. No arguments here. Ha 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 ha, it's nothing fun like that, you see. But you should still look forward to it. Let's all go together. I'll come get you that day. I don't really feel like going to festivals unless someone asks me to. I wouldn't get bored if these guys were going. You wouldn't get bored. We're doing it again this year. Mion's proclamation came as she looked at each member in turn. What was this all about? From the way Mion looked, it was probably our club's summer tradition, the Watanabe 4 Demon Firefight. That sounds awful. What kind of name is that? I think it's a cute name, though. I tried to object sharply, but since Reina looked happy about it, I decided it was pointless to fight it. Since Keiichi is here this year, it becomes 5 demons. Mika-chan made a small correction in light of my presence. So, how does this funky-sounding club activity tie into the festival? Oh ho ho, this is where you exhibit the skills you've nurtured through your daily club activities. What the hell are my skills, like picking cards at random? We show the full extent of the abilities that the best have obtained through our daily trials and tribulations. But last year the mayor got angry, so we need to make sure not to cause any problems this time. So basically we're doing club activities while checking out the stalls. Mika-chan really is the only one who explains things so they make sense. I see, so we'll be exhibiting on those busy festival grounds. Reina was right, of course, that would be a reason for the mayor to get angry. Ahaha, but it's a lot of fun. That was the only point I did not doubt. It would be, without question, fun. The day of the festival was drawing nearer. Well, putting that aside for now, let's start our club activity today. Any objections? Nay. Please, can I object? Can we not do the club activities anymore? I'm tired of the club activities. How many more club activities do we have? How much more social club? I can't, I'm done. When there's lots of people, card games really are the easiest to play. This really is the most basic of table games. Playing with a marked deck again? We'll use a new one today. There are no marks in the cards, so we're on equal footing. I wonder if that really is the case. I will have to inspect them. Well, that was fair. Just to be safe, everyone checks the cards. Yes, these seem to be fine. Are you all satisfied? Then today, I guess, we'll play President. That's good.
Just a few more months of social club. Trust.
A few more months of social club. Ah. Another standard card game. Shit, sorry. First one to get rid of all their cards wins. Basic rules: play a better card than the one before. You can play straights and pairs. There are various techniques that improve the game, like reversals. But because it's such a well-known game, there are lots of house rules for it as well. The name, for example. In my hometown, we called it Millionaire. I'd like to go over some details. Are the jokers wild? Can you make a reversal with three threes? No jokers, 2 is the highest. You can reverse the reversal. You can only make a reversal with 4 of a kind, not 3. Also, you know how the peasant sends a good card to the president? None of that. While I was confirming the familiar rules, Satoko looked over at me cautiously. Probably should have tried to look more of an amateur. I was pretty used to this game. It's president and it's with a new deck. Today I might be able to win. I had the gist of the rules now, but that wasn't everything, was it? So what shall today's penalty be? About that, why don't we all write something down on slips of paper and have the loser draw one? Oh, that seemed like it could be interesting. Oh ho ho ho! I'll write a nasty one and have Keiichi-san draw it. It would be awful if you wrote a bad one and drew it yourself. Just don't lose. Don't you know best? Oh ho ho! Mion handed out several slips of paper to everybody. Then write down whatever and put it in this bag. When you lose, stick your hand inside and pick one up. Now then, what would be a good penalty? Worst case scenario, you draw what you wrote. Something too intense would be like digging your own grave. You pick something, you pick something that is not that you wouldn't mind doing, but you know that other people would mind doing. That's what you do. No penalty. Let's forbid that kind of idea from being written down. Rika-chan's casual suggestion caused Mion's hand to lurch to a sudden halt. Ah, that's so sneaky, Mion-san. She wrote no penalty and the corner of the slip is folded. I see. Just in case you lost, you grabbed the note with the folded corner and you'd be safe. That was a good idea. Diabolical as ever, Mion. Rika-chan is quite formidable too, being able to see through that. I couldn't underestimate her even though she doesn't stand out. Everyone, don't write penalties that are too mean, okay? Nobody agreed to Reina's proposal. Everybody was ruthless. It's fine, Dana. Just don't lose. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll try hard so everyone has to pick the penalty I write. Dana was quite brutal even though she usually appeared meek. Better not underestimate her either. I agree with that. I'm very curious what Reina's penalty is in particular. Everybody's penalties are scary. I still didn't know what Rika-chan's penalties would be like. Basically, you can't afford to lose this game. Everybody here ready? We all nodded determinedly. Having confirmed that, Mion dealt out the cards. Finally, the battle begins. I had a decent starting hand. Card after card was played in the middle. Not needing Mion to tell them, both Rika-chan and Satoko played their cards without hesitation. Reina and I were the only ones who paused to think. It seemed that Reina genuinely couldn't make up her mind, but I was different. I was like a shark stalking its prey, just waiting for the right time to strike. Huh? Will this work? Then I'll play this 3 and I'm out. 9. Nobody? 8? 7? I'm out. 5 and 5, I'm out. Then I'll discard this last one, I'm out. Bah, I missed my chance. The loser of the first round was of all people Mion, and now it's certain. Today I could win. Now then. Mid-sound, pull out one of the slips, okay? Mion, accepting her defeat, scrounged around inside the bag and pulled out one piece of paper. What? Who did this? Who wrote this? Mion quivered and shrieked. What is it? What is it? Couple? Dana was also surprised when she peeked at it. What kind of terrible thing was written on it? Pet the principal on the head. It's not that bad. Hey, wait, how's that bad? H-san, do you not understand? The principal's balding and ashamed of it. Oh shit. That is bad, never mind, that is bad. Satoko yelled with a serious look on her face. But she wasn't as loud as Mion's shriek. What could it be? The principal is a martial arts master. Well, I mean, it's not like, what, he's not gonna like flip you over like you're a child in the school. You'll be fine. Physically, but you might be suspended. Who knows? He boasts about traveling around the world perfecting his skills when he was younger. He switched to teaching after seeing the poor state of education in Japan after the war. He was inhuman. Pet that guy's head. I will pour boiling hot... was it I will pour boiling hot tea in my face if I need to listen to this music again. I wouldn't do that, but I'm so tired. I'm so tired of this music. I'm so tired of this music. Please get me out. Can you make the game music a little quieter? Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. You know, while we're at it too, like, why don't I just... As the club president, there's no way I can set a bad example by refusing. Phew, hoo-yah! She bellowed out a yell as she dashed off down the hallway. Wouldn't that have been easier to sneak out quietly and try to do without making a fuss? Probably impossible. They say he used to hunt sea slugs just by sensing their presence. I could do nothing but wait with bated breath. Kerpow! A rumble shook the classroom. Did she die? That's the principal's aerial opener. The hell? That's like 6 different sound effects from like other games. That was like Ace Attorney. Following the launcher with a jab jab strong fierce combo. He's even using meter. He's getting launched out. From how it sounded, the principal's jumping fierce sounds like a multi-hit combo. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Nothing I could do now except stay calm. I understood now why there were no delinquents at the school. After a few moments of silence, Mion slumped back to us. Petted. Is that good enough? Mion said before collapsing. She's alive at least. Now we can continue the game. Monster. I was amazed the person who made club activities like these could say that. But now, the worst penalty's gone now, right? Right. Reina tried to lighten the mood and was only met with Mion's malicious grin. She was serious now. I'm not holding back anymore. You'll all get yours. The pace of the game became bizarrely quick. Please be quicker. I could tell the game had gotten more intense. Ace, 3, 4, 5, I'm out. I'm out as well. Hey, I'm out too. 3, I'm now out. Eek, I lost! And the heavens chose to vanquish Reina. What kind of penalty, I wonder? What kind of penalty, I wonder? It wasn't exactly hard for him to be worried. Just thinking of the level of difficulty of Mion's first penalty still made me quiver. And so the penalty she drew with trembling fingers was... The heck was this? Speak like a maid. What is this? This one, what do I need to do? So basically it means that you have to use the same expressions as the maid. And then do you have to like end every sentence with like... What was it? What do you say? How do you say master in like Japanese? Something Goshujin? Goshujin? I don't know, whatever. why does this be why do I know this? I don't know this. Do I know this? No, I don't. What are we even talking about here? Anyways. Okay, master. It hit me like a ton of bricks. Sama, I think. Goshujin Sama. I think. I had no idea who wrote that penalty, but she was awesome. Okay. Then, Reina, can you shuffle the cards in the deal? Yes, master. I could just die right now. Music. Anyway, let's continue. Right? Reina? Yes, master. The eagerness to which I was goading Reina into addressing me as master was downright impressive, if I do say so myself. Oh yeah, I won't lose any more. I'm out. I shan't lose either. I'm out. Then with that I'm out too. I can't believe it. It's Reina's loss again? Reina again? What kind of penalty would it be this time? I was delighted by the mysterious sense of anticipation. Anticipation? No, this was conviction. Remove one piece of clothing from the top and bottom half of your body. So, like... I gotta, like... Can I stream this? Like... I'm not a... Okay, alright. What are we doing here? Can we go back to like the axe murder, please? That's just indecent. Who could have written this? My face reddened in anger. If I didn't yell something out, I wouldn't be able to hide my shaking. Who did write that? God, please give that man a Nobel Prize. That'd be an ignoble prize. Not good, not good. What I was thinking about was written on my face. How... Mi-chan... Reina begged Mion with teary eyes, but everyone knew Mion's answer already. Nope, nope, won't go easy on you. You lost, so take it like a man. Understood, master. I'll address. When you get banned, you just have to switch. I'm just like, okay, well, it's not even about the ban anymore. It's just like, I don't know how much I for this I could take. Well, I looked around thinking someone else would probably stalk her. Of course, I wasn't exactly trying to stalk her either. Is this your peak? Is this you? Is this your goat? Who recommended this? Who was like, this is good, this is a great game? Is this your goat? Is this your goat? Then I heard the rustling of clothing. The sound of her skirt hitting the ground sent my heart racing. Okay, like, is this your goat? Is this your goat? Come get your mans. Come get your mans, okay? This is... You're just weak? No, I'm 60. Is this fine, master? I can't. I looked away like a gentleman. But these club activities, you needed to be ruthless after all. Oh, ha. H-san, whatever were you expecting? Certainly we would not have restricted if you weren't wearing her PE clothes underneath. This is Zero's fault. Yeah, Zero, this is your fault. You're on the list. You're like on a list. I don't know what list you're on, but you're on it. Not bad, Kei-chan. This old man never even thought you would go after her like that. You've got it wrong. I didn't write that one. But Master did write this one? Her squirming around her in her pea clothes made it impossible for me to not feel anything. I can't. Please. Please. Just get to the murder. Just get to the gore. Just calm down, Keiichi, my brother. Mion probably wrote that when it planned to go after me as I panicked. You can't fall for a trap after knowing it's a trap. There your head. Calm down and assess the situation. I was determined to think my way out of this, and the answer was quite simple. I win! And then became a gun. I, who had already entered the domain of Goddard, who would dare stand in my way? It was like they were pulled to me magnetically. I was picking up aces and twos like nobody's business. Eek! How could my luck of the draw be so bad? Satoko lost, right? I'll draw the penalty. Speak like a little sister. Who wrote this shit? Like, ooh. Just like it's this better be really good. This better be the greatest. This better be the greatest, like 180 turn. That's not just scary. Like, and it's not just the magnitude of how different it is. It needs to have substance and be like, it's got to be cathartic. It's got to be like worth it, and it's got to also be a little scary. Okay. If I gotta suffer through this, like it's gotta be really good. This has to be really good, okay? Okay, fine, Oni-chan, good. To kill me, kill me. The pleasure of making this brat disgrace herself. This old man loses again. Neon's lost, right? I'll draw it out. Wear a girl's school swimsuit. Did he write like he wrote like 20 strips of paper that are all just, well, it's this, right? It's all this, and then he replaced the bag with a bunch of whatever. No, that's the one I wanted Kei-chan to get. Yes, Mion's despair was like sweet honey. Master, I lost again. Reina lost. I'll draw it for you. Let the person in first place rest their head on your lap. I can't do this, man. I can't do that. From what I remember from the anime, it's like a lot of torture. Okay. Oh, it's a lot of torture, alright. This outfit, Master? Yeah, she's not wearing a skirt, so it's... can I not read this? Like, I'm like... This is rough for me, man. This is rough. Satoko lost again. I'll draw it. Obey the person in first place. How about I have you give me a shoulder massage? I can't. I had transformed into an evil dictator and couldn't be doing any better. It felt like I could control how the cards played out with my mind and even decide what suits would appear just by willing it. By the time I realized it, I'd already assembled the harem. It's like, I gotta like... Can we just grab the axe and then just slice it through like her cranium now? Can we just do that now? Can we just get this? I don't want to do this anymore. I was laughing haughtily as I rested my head on Nana, who was now a bloomer-clad maid. Satoko was wearing a collar and had taken on little sister properties. Mion was fanning me while wearing a school swimsuit. Today's master's overwhelming victory, isn't it? Eek. Please refrain from moving your head around so much. I began to think. Why does man have no end to his desires? How could I wish for more than this palace of dreams? What is it, Keiichi? I'm saddened by the thought of a man having no end to his desires. That was it. Rika-chan hadn't been in first, but she continued to escape being in last. Keiichi is quite greedy. It's said that you should know when enough is enough. I know that very well, but how to say it? I feel like I wouldn't mind if I died now. Eek, Master, please refrain from moving your head around. You say you wouldn't mind dying, then that can be arranged. Rika-chan said it in her usual calm manner with a cheery tone. Good. Just kill me now. This is undoubtedly a declaration of war. Go, Rika-chan, go. Take him out. This, like, I feel like I'm getting flagged for this, right? Like, defeat this archdevil of perversion. I might not be able to win, but I'll beat him. Such stoicism from this little girl who's always hidden away in Satoko's shadow. It would probably be rude not to meet her head on. I shall face you myself, little one. I saw Mion swap a few cards with Rika-chan in the middle of the game, but pretended I didn't see it. Do you believe you could defeat Keiichi-sama with just that? 2. Ace, ace, ace. 8, 8, 8, 8. Reversal. Everybody looked over at me. I was still brimming with confidence. Wahaha, the 4 of them have allied against me. That's it. You're making me laugh. That was good. Reversal, reversal. What the fuck are we looking at? What is that? What is that? How could such a thing be? Sadago let out a shriek. You simpletons. Using up all of the cards before calling the reversal left Rika-chan with no good cards. She was defeated soon after. I lost. Boy, finally you fall into my clutches. Now I'll pick one out. Whoa. Wear cat ears, a bell collar, and a tail. Mwahaha. Even the penalties were as I wished. Rika-chan hung her head and equipped 3 holy artifacts. It's questionable as to why such things were in Mion's locker, but since I had no objections, I didn't ask. Feels like I'd become Reina. This was definitely cute. Cute, isn't it? Isn't it? I want to take her home. That wasn't me talking. That was the actual Reina. You know, as Rika-chan mimicked a cat, teary-eyed rings of smoke escaped from Reina's ears with an audible poof. Rika-chan must taking her home. Just for a while. I won't do anything strange. Nothing strange. I see. I still have 1 trick left. Mion gasped and dropped her fist into her open palm. If Reina must, she can take me home. After Reina-san beats Keiichi-san, she can. I thought that Reina in cute mode would be able to defeat me. Would it be that easy? Opposing me was the same as opposing God. I'd teach them their place. How preposterous that Reina can't defeat me. For a moment I didn't know what was going on. The 52 cards danced and flowed freely between Reina's hands like the machinations of a master magician. At this point I would prefer, like, just... Never mind, I've already said my piece. In the middle of those flowing cards was Reina's ecstatic expression, her head bobbing around. Shall we? Keiichi-kun, hurry. My whole body knew it already. I was going to lose. Oh my god. What was that? Why did we transition to that? What? No play? Nothing to play, Kei-chan? Then with this, I'm out. Everyone cheered. I was spent. Whew, I've got no regrets. God, thank you for letting me dream a little. Now then, I'll take one out. Keiichi-san's penalty, this is it. Everybody peeked at it in unison. Gazes flicked between the text on my face. All day today is I did as I pleased. I'll do whatever it is. What's on there? Oh, huh? Every penalty up until now. Well, it's not that bad. What the heck? What? Keiichi-san, should you not be speaking like a little brother? Yes, One-chan. Well, this is quite addicting. Next I'll have you rub my shoulders. Keiichi-kun, I don't need the lap pillow, so do that other one, okay? Yes, master. How? Keiichi-kun, that's so cute. Say it again, say it again. Yo, please spare me, master. I just, like, I see this and I don't think of, like, the anime, like, Goshujin-sama. I think of, like Dobby. Not Dobby. I think of, like, Gollum. Like, it's not, this is not Goshujin-sama. This is like Doreen, this is precious. This is what I see. Okay, let's move on. Reina passed out with a squeal. Blood spewing from her nose like a fountain. My dignity was being trampled more than a communal doormat. Next is from this old man. I'm going to have you fan me for a good long while, you know? Whoosh, whoosh. He also has to wear the swimsuit. And he also has to go pet the principal's head. Dobby's the house elf from Harry Potter. Okay, forgot. They're like the same thing. They're like the same creature to me. I don't know why. Oh, almost forgot. You need to wear this, don't you? School swimsuit. How? This is for girls. Can't I wear the one for boys? It was clearly written here, wear a girl's school swimsuit, as you can see. Tentacle was like a loan shark. Actually, me trying to escape reality as fast as humanly possible was pretty adorable, if I did say so myself. But whose school swimsuit am I going to wear? If I were wearing one of yours, you wouldn't like it, right? This old man doesn't care about that kind of stuff at all. Think of it as a little benefit. I'm not that in shape, so I think even Kei-chan might fit into it. The executioners surrounded me, wagging their fingers. No! Okay, do we get to see ourselves in a swimsuit? No, I guess not. My first thought, it's tight around the waist. Second thought, the chest area was pretty loose. Third thought, the crotch area was towel. Haha, Kichkin spinning forward, cute, cute. You'll be ready after you wear the cat ears, bell, and tail. Kei-chan, wanna look in the mirror? It's amazing, really. It's probably best if you look. The stern scientific calculating nature mixed with her fascination made Mion very scared. I would like to respectfully decline, Master. Your ensemble is complete. If only we could send you home dressed like that. Oh ho ho. Then, is this enough? I'll change and... While I was saying that, Mion placed her hands on my shoulder, and Nika-chan slipped up behind me without a sound. Not yet, Keiichi. There's still the first penalty left. In this get-up, Nika-chan patted my head without saying a word. Sir, excuse me. Yes, please come in. I stepped forwards into the principal's office. My bell collar jingled adorably. The principal froze solid with a smile on his face as he saw me. I couldn't blame him. In this sacred place of study, specifically in his office, though I said excuse me, as I entered, the sight of a person entering with a school swimsuit, cat ears, a collar, and a tail, and for it to be a young male student, without a doubt, any normal person's psyche would have stopped cold. But this could be explained. We'll call it uncanny valley camouflage, if you will. When humans see others, they can only begin to act after confirming this is human, meaning that if he could not comprehend what was in front of him, then in those moments before he could begin to fully process the situation, his mind was completely blank. That was my one and only chance for victory. My penalty, rubbing the principal's head. Principal, I challenge you. I heard what sounded like a zhajing 3 times, his 3-gauge super. The principal said one thing to me. What does it mean to be a man? And then a heartbeat. Boof. I got isekai'd. The tremor resounded throughout the Hinamizawan twilight. Higurashi when they cry. I was half asleep. That scared me. I'm sorry, Lynn. I'm sorry you had to wake up to this. Reina was given permission to caress Rika-chan's head as much as she wanted, so they headed home together, very pleased. Once again today, it was just Mion and I going home. Man, that was intense. I didn't know Kei-chan was so good at president. Like, okay, the pacing is really good is what you're saying. Okay. Is the horror game like watching me play through a visual novel disguised as a horror game that's actually a dating sim? Like, is that the horror game? Is like I have to play this game. I have to play the first like 5-6 chapters of this game. Oh, okay. No, I was more surprised than anyone. If I was playing with guys, I wouldn't have been that strong. But still, it was pretty bad. Being carried off on a stretcher in that outfit will probably haunt me until the day I die. Ahaha, but that's fine, isn't it? You were able to do something to boast about for the ages too. Oh, well, when she says it like that, we both smiled at each other. He's not in he's like, his spirit has wandered away from like the anchor location, like the dam. What's he doing out here? The horror is finding out you're accidentally playing a fetish game live on stream to an audience. Is it even a fetish game? Like, it's not. What's the fetish? Is like, you're a weeb in like the 2010s, right? Like this is like this was fairly common shit. Like when this came out all those years ago, right? I'm pretty sure. When did this game come out? 2015. Wait, that's like really recent. That's only 10 years ago. 2000s. Oh, it probably came out earlier and then it came to Steam later. Yeah, okay. Oh, we meet again, Keiichi-kun. It was Tomitake-san. I felt like I've been running into him quite often. Hey, take any good pictures? Well, a few. So, Tomitake-san suddenly leaned over and whispered into my ear. You sure get around. Today you already have a different girl? It's not like that. No need to hide it. It's important to get lots of experience when you're younger. Because Tomitake-san let out such a crude laugh, Mion knew what we were talking about without even hearing his whispering. Ha 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 ha. I've heard through the grapevine that Mr. Tomitake is quite the catch himself, hmm? Huh? No, that wasn't my intention. Sure. Keep up the good work and take plenty of pictures. See ya. Mion seemed to really want to get rid of this lap quickly. From the way she spoke, it seemed as if Mion knew Tomitake-san quite well. How's the year treating you, mister? Staying into the Watanagashi? Yep, I plan to. After photographing the festival, I plan on heading back to Tokyo. Being a photographer sure is easy. Be sure to win some big award and become famous. You spent all your best years in photography after all. I don't think I'm that far gone. Don't they say men start developing their own unique flavor in their 30s? What does it matter when what you taste like? That's so gross. Look, good time. I need to get back to the inn before it gets dark. Tomitake-san began to take his leave with a dry laugh. It did look like he was outmatched by Mion. Now then, I'll see you both at the festival. I don't think it's a Spanish game because the author also wrote Umineko. What is Umineko? That sounds familiar to me. Umineko. Oh, it's also a when they cry. Okay. They also cry in this game. Wait, did I not read that? Hold on. After waving a hand cheerfully, Tomitake-san disappeared amidst the cries of the Higurashi. The when they cry Higurashi! The way he's going, he probably won't ever get famous. I had him promise he'd display a picture of me if he ever opened up a gallery, but I don't think that'll ever happen. So you know Tomitake-san? Yeah, he's an acquaintance of sorts, but you know how easy it is to tell who's an outsider. It sounded like you meet him all the time. Tomitake-san comes around to Hinamizawa regularly. Maybe 2 or 3 times a year. It says he's taking pictures of the seasonal scenery and with wild birds, but well, those photos really are nothing to phone home about. The image Mion painted of Tomitake-san was fairly unique. The Tomitake-san I knew was more mysterious. The words flowed naturally from my mouth. I wonder if he's really here to take pictures of birds. Mion stared blankly at me as if to ask, why do you say that? It just seems he's here for something other than taking pictures, I think. Don't you get that feeling? Like, about that incident, the dismemberment. Oh, you too? If so, you got good instincts, Kei-chan. She agreed with what I thought, but was quite chipper in how she said it. You knew about it then, Mion. Of course, he might be able to pull one over on everyone else, but he can't fool this old man. Mion was posturing pretentiously, but had easily come to a very different conclusion from what she was imagining. I felt like all apprehensions I had about Tomitake-san disappeared, lifting a burden off my shoulders. I was finally able to appreciate how clear the evening sky over Hinamizawa was. Ah. I exhaled everything in my lungs and inhaled just as much. It smelled like dusk. What is it, Kei-chan? It's just that I never thought the cries of the Higurashi could feel this good. What's got into you all of a sudden, Kei-chan? We both continued to giggle, not knowing why. I wonder what Reina is doing. I bet she's getting her fill of Rika-chan by now. She's probably in the middle of asking her over so she can treat her to dinner. It'd be great if she's able to take her home. I wonder. Yuka-chan is pretty good at that stuff. Yeah, I feel the same. That head-petting penalty was probably from Yuka-chan. I thought so too. The only one who could get away with patting his head is Yuka-chan after all. Just pointless chit-chat. The hot day felt like it was being cooled down by the cries of the Higurashi. Higurashi, when they cry. You have received new tips. Community mode. Okay. A fate worse than death. Have your luck run out. Okay, but is it that bad though? What did we like? What? That's not a fate worse than death. Like, you dress up in a swimsuit, put cat ears on, pretend to be a little brother, call your friends master, and like I get the feeling from the way the game is written that it's like they're also friends that hold some sort of romantic interest from like the main character we're playing as. It's like none of these, other than like getting physically assaulted by the principal, like everything else was fine. Everything else was like, in fact, I wouldn't even say it was a punishment. Like it, that's not like that ain't it. You give someone else a massage, like that's like, this is a poorly disguised, the author's poorly disguised fetish.
I didn't know mode was spelled Notice.
Notice? When will John Higurashi show up? They already mentioned him 4 times. I know, right? Where is he? Where is this man? John Higurashi coming in to like murder our dear friend or something. Which is what happened like at the prologue, right? Community notice. Right, whatever. Dude, it's gonna take a whole month to actually get through all of Higurashi When They Cry chapter 1, isn't it? We're at the end of chapter 5. So it's about an hour every chapter. I'm gonna do one more chapter and that's it. For today's stream. I'm not sure if I'll try to maybe stream this next week as well, but like, ooh, let's see. A few days had passed since the incident. During that time, either Mion was busy or Rika-chan had to help with the festival preparations, so we couldn't get everybody together for club activities. Even though I thought I would never want to participate again after the years it shaved off my life each time, not having it only made my heart grow fonder. I really am not honest with myself. Today we finally had our club activities again. These weren't the same old club activities. It was called the Watanagashi 5 Demon Firefight. And it was one of the biggest events in the club. Keiichi, does this yukata still fit you? Can you try it on for a second? Mom pulled out an old dusty yukata. Nah, I don't need a yukata. Those are embarrassing, so I'll just go in my normal clothes. But this is a festival. Wear it, okay? Reina and the others said regular clothes are just fine. If I was the only one wearing a yukata, it'd be even more embarrassing. Put on the old same vest as usual. Same old vest as usual. I'll be going with Reina and the others, so you don't need to worry about me. That's so. I'll be going with Dad when he wakes up. Dad let out a loud snore from the sofa. From how it looks, he must have pulled an all-nighter last night. He just finished sending in his manuscript, so he might not wake up for a while. It seems my dad writes for art magazines sometimes too. I've never read it though. Wonder if my dad's a really famous artist. Since his own son is saying something like that, I can't imagine he's selling all that well. But he's able to feed a family of 3, and my life isn't exactly full of hardships. It could be that he's a master painter, and I didn't know about it. Keiichi-kun, are you home? Uh-oh, it was already time. I didn't want them coming here, so I was planning on leaving early and waiting outside. Oh my, it's Reina-chan. Thank you for always looking after Keiichi. Ma'am, he's also been looking out for... Why are you blushing just from meeting my mom? Don't get all flustered. It really doesn't feel right. Let's go, Reina. Since Reina would continue to space out if I left her here, I grabbed her hand and dragged her out. Reina-chan, look after Keiichi for me. Yes, ma'am. Even if it means I must sacrifice myself. So why don't you do it right now? She waved back even as I was dragging her away. Epic foreshadowing to when we, like, split her head open with an axe. Okay, Kei-chan. You hungry today? We'll take care of that at these stalls. You thought I'd let myself get full knowing the club activities will involve the stalls? Wouldn't have it any other way. Where are Rika-chan and Satoko? Are they already at the temple? Yep, Rika-chan's a festival committee member after all. Satoko-chan is probably with her as well. I see, alright. Let's make some noise today. Yeah, we were already in high spirits with just the three of us there. Reina-chan is Stacy's mom and Keiichi-kun. What is... Can you explain what you just said? What is Stacy momming someone? What does that mean? What does that mean, Lucky? It was way more lively at the Furude shrine than the last time I came, far exceeding my expectations. Throngs of people were crammed between rows of market stalls lined with colorful paper lanterns, despite that it was actually quite enjoyable. There sure are lots of people here. These are like real people too, so it's kind of weird. I can't believe they all live in Hinamizawa. Everybody attends the Watanagashi. I think about half the village is here. It's not just that. Municipal and youth councils from neighboring towns and villages advertise this event as well. That's right, there aren't that many students in our school, but there's a lot of kids here today. It just doesn't feel like a festival unless there are kids running around after all. That's true, I agree. Sorry, just before we continue, I remembered, like, I forgot to mention that, like, I clicked on the Steam page again, and, like, I saw, like, a preview of the old images, like, the old sprite work from the characters, and they're really funny. Like, the way they used to look is way more jarring than the way they do now. But like that feels like it gives it some character, so I don't know. Stacy's Mom is a famous song about young guys who's in love with his girlfriend's mom. Oh, Stacy's Mom's got it going on. Yeah, okay, I remember now. So I wanted you to use the original. Can we do that now? Oh my god. Bruh. They're cute in like they are cute. It's just so jarring. I honestly should we just keep going like this? Should we just do this? Is that a gun in her bag? What is that? Is that a gun? Or is she just happy to see me? No, what is that? What is that? She's packing heat. I'm considering
She stays strapped.
In the 2006 anime, she also has a gun. What? I mean, that does solve a lot of problems. It's so different from what it was originally that I find it really funny. I don't think it's like hilariously bad, if that... I need to explain myself, right? I don't think this is like bad. Or rather, I see why they updated it. But I'm not looking at this and going like, ew, that's gross. I'm just looking at this and thinking like, wow, this is a huge departure from like what it now looks like. That it's so jarring. I actually like the facial designs of the characters here more. I don't know about the rounded out hands, like that bit I'm unsure of, and like the body proportions seem. Actually, the proportions are not as bad as. The proportions are better in the original, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Eh. I prefer the old faces. I prefer the new anatomy, I think. Looks like that Neko-chan parody. Okay, we'll go back to this. Hello and good morning. Good evening. These two knew everybody we came across. Of course I greeted them as well, but I still wasn't familiar with everybody yet. Oh, Reina-chan, thanks for the food you brought me a while back. My son loved it. He said it was delicious. Yeah, it was nothing at all. I'm glad he liked it. Say hello to Kazuma-kun for me, please. Hey, if it isn't Sonozaki Ojo-chan. I'm in charge of a stand again this year, so make sure you come visit. Pops, have you gotten fatter? You'll end up having a heart attack with a gut like that. Oh, this kid here is new. Are you one of her underclassmen? He's one of my members and upcoming hopeful. If you cross him, he would crush your stand in one night. You've got little Missy's seal of approval, I see. Hope you take it easy on me. As you could imagine, Mion was sitting chatting away with the old guys running the stalls. Mi-chan is really energetic after all. She's really popular with the older men. I think Reina is really popular too. Being cute and all. That was of course so long as the little condition didn't flare up, but as long as she's blushing quietly, she's pretty cute. I'm popular with some people? Really? 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 With some people. I evaded giving her a straight answer by roughly tousling her hair. The stall keepers came all the way from town. Not really a festival without them after all, so we're going to mess with them.
It makes so much sense that you are a Tuhao fan, Tira.
I don't care what kind of match it is, I'm going to win it. Oh yes, I'll try it too. Hey, you're all very late. It's unacceptable to keep a lady waiting, Keiichi-san. Oh, my bad. So where's this lady I've kept waiting? Alright, Satoko was in top form as well. Seemed she was all excited about being able to get everybody in the club together for the first time in a while. Whoa, Rika-chan, cute! Hold on. Reina let out an elated sigh. It seemed that the real lady had made her appearance. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to Keiichi as well. Ooh, looking good. Looking sharp again this year. Cute. Gonna take you home. Rika-chan was wearing a shrine maiden outfit. Yep. Reina's little outburst was completely understandable. Rika-chan's clothes sure look like the real deal. Is that a real shrine maiden outfit? My grandmother made them by hand. They're quite authentic. Rika-chan has an important task to do at the end of the festival, so she's wearing this. I see. Rika-chan was on the executive committee because she performed all the Shrine Maiden rituals for the festival. My work is only during the finale of the festival, so I can still play for a while. We cannot afford to waste any time. Let us begin. Alright. It felt good to wander around the festival with just the 5 of us. Mion called everyone over to a stand that caught her attention and proposed a rather odd competition. Takoyaki eating race, everyone has to buy their own. Ready? Go! The standard vendor stalls, the takoyaki stand. What was especially standard for these kinds of events was the fact that they were simply balls of dough, takoyaki in name only. It burns. Are you okay, Cage-kun? Have some water. My, eating those scalding takoyaki hold is suicide. I guess the trick is to buy the ready-made ones that have been left there for a while. They really don't taste good. The stall next to it was the shaved ice stand. It was still a bit too early in the season for that, but right then it didn't matter. Let's do shaved ice this time. It's a shaved ice eating race. Ready, go. Shaved ice eating race? I can't. As long as you can melt it with a bit of your body heat, then it's so cold. Not smart. This old man ordered it with plenty of syrup. It'll melt quickly when it's mixed up. Those stooges were too late. The moment they chose to tackle it head-on was their downfall. Phew. Finished. Kei-chan is done. That was too fast. It couldn't be. Keiichi-kun, you didn't add water from the goldfish tank behind you, did you? That can't taste very good. Next to that was another old favorite, a cotton candy stand. Why don't we do this one next? Of course, it's a speed eating contest. Hey, how do you eat cotton candy quickly? How? On Satoko's mark, Mion, Satoko, and I all compressed the cotton candy with our bare hands. The time it took to stick the whole thing in our mouths, 3 seconds. I expected Satoko to figure it out, but I didn't think Kei-chan would too. I can't have you treating me like I'm a newbie forever, can I? It won't taste very good. Rika-chan also crushed it between her hands and stuck it into her mouth. This is probably the only place in Japan where people eat cotton candy like this. I think only Reina's cotton candy was happy with how it was eaten. But it felt like we'd end up doing stuff like eat noodles through the nose contest or human water pump at the goldfish scoop at the rate things were going. This old man will probably still win too. I'm simply no match for Mion-san when it comes to eating repulsive things. Yeah, seriously. What's up with you guys? Are you telling me you don't want to have a blue Hawaii-topped yakisoba eating contest? Shake, shake! Both Satoko and I shook our heads in unison. Can we have a game that doesn't involve food this time, can we? Reina's proposal was a godsend. It was about time we played a different kind of game. It also seemed like neither Reina nor Rika-chan were any good at speed eating or gorging themselves. Okay, Reina, I'll let you pick out the next game. Anything is fine. Well then, I'm gonna be the judge. Find cute things in the festival grounds. You have 1 minute. Fine by me, I know exactly what Reina likes. Alright, I think I can win that. Ready, go. Oh, why aren't Keiichi-kun and Rika-chan starting? Why not? Mion and Satoko dashed off madly, but Rika-chan and I calmly stayed right where we were. Could it be you've already found it? The cute thing? You've already found it. Keiichi too? Yeah. What is it? I can't wait. It's a person, isn't it? Both Rika-chan and I stood motionless for those moments before Mion and Satoko returned. This is probably the first time we've gone head-to-head like this. It will be the first. Rika-chan, you expect to win with that, huh? I am a member of this club as well. Win by any means is our society's third rule. Rika-chan sneered to the best of her ability. You're on. Both Mion and Satoko came back, each with their own plan of attack stuffed in their arms. Okay then, let's go in order. Let's start with the club president, Mi-chan. Too bad, you guys, I'm ending this now. This old man robbed this. Where did you get those? They were old tin diamond-shaped signs. Pleb curry. Snake oil incense.
Oh no, not manga gamer sprites.
And Oronamin C. How about this? Saver, I'm using the updated sprites for this game. But it's either this or the original. Which is fine too, but... We have been sticking with the updated sprites for the whole game, so I think we're gonna continue. It's very understated, a little too understated, Neon. Are you not using the 07 mod? No, I'm not. This is on Steam, I downloaded it and I've been playing it. I used to see those stuck up on barbed wire fences. They were more nostalgic than cute. Can you explain what part of that is cute? But there were puffs of smoke noisily shooting out of Reina's ear and nose, almost like a steam train. I didn't get it. I shall be up next. What is this? It was the hand-drawn poster from the latest Society roasted corn stall. It was a really bad sketch done by a housewife. An anthropomorphic roasted corn drawn without any sort of real plan. Its very existence invited a sense of sorrow to the viewer. Boop. That was the sound of blood jetting out of Reina's nose. It seemed to have been rated higher than Mion's. I really didn't get it. Feels like your artistic sense is a little avant-garde by about 5 eons. Oh, ho ho ho, those were nothing but mass-produced signs after all. They had no chance against something hand-drawn. I couldn't even begin to follow the way those guys were thinking. Then I will be next. Highly recommend
True,
this.
but reading out
You're
to an
kinda
audience
getting
has
half
its
the
own
experience.
charm.
Oh, so the mod version would have it like is voiced, right? So I imagine that would probably be a better like it'd probably be a better playing experience. Would that be a better viewing experience? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. What can you even do without anything? Did you and Satoko both forget? If Rika-chan felt it, she could simply... Oh my god, did they change the music? After moving back about 10 yards, she began waddling up to Reina. Seeing that, both Mion and Satoko gasped. Oh no, too late! Rika-chan tripped over nothing and lay motionless after falling down. Reina hurried over to her. Rika-chan, are you alright? Rika-chan had a lump on her forehead and tears welled up in her eyes. Only her fingers peeked out from her sleeves. This was the vital part. The palms of her hands were covered by her sleeves. She made just a single sound. Mew. Oh, how cute! Going to take you home. I'd completely forgotten that. They played the play that I had personally had to use. Reina's face went completely red, her head bobbing back and forth with excitement. She embraced Rika-chan and began rubbing her cheek against her. This is so long. I'd expect no less from her. Not a single element was overlooked. Holy shrine maiden, brink of crying Mew. It was perfect. A simple trip transcended into pure moe. Now this is what you call art. This music is driving me crazy. This game is driving me crazy, I won't lie to you. Kei-chan is a pretty weird definition of art. Yeah, I agree. I'll just pretend the sharp sting of those words cutting through me like a razor was a figment to my imagination. Rika-chan turned her gaze to me with a daunting smile as she was caressed by Reina, who was in full cute mode. Now, Keiichi, can you beat me? That cold smile is frightening, Rika-chan. It must just be my imagination, but I see a demon inside her sometimes. Kei-chan seems to have his own plan of attack. I wonder what he's going to show her. I also wish to observe the play Keiichi-san will make. Could it be? Is Keiichi also going to give a performance? I basked in their pointed stares. I pulled Reina, who gave no sign of cancelling out of cute mode, away from Rika-chan. Oh, cute thing, Keiichi-kun, let go. I'll show you something even cuter, just hold on for now. Huh? Oh, is it something even cuter? But it's a bit too crowded here, let's go back there. Reina looked very surprised as I pulled her behind the shrine. I cannot fathom what Keiichi-san could possibly be planning. This is Kei-chan after all. No, it couldn't be. Keep on fighting, yeah. Gambare. After a bit, I returned. And a bit after that, so did Reina, dragging her feet. There's no way that scoundrel Kei-chan did something to innocent little Reina. Mion and Satoko passed by me, heading straight to Reina. What exactly did he do to you? For a moment, Reina was too dazed to realize someone was talking to her. Gasp! How? Oh, it's me-chan. How? Reina, are you alright? Did Kei-chan do anything to you? No, he didn't do anything strange to me. This is quite severe. Exactly what did Keiichi-san show you? It was so cute. How? Cute. What did he show you, Reina? Reina let out a really long howl. Her eyes sparkled as she spoke. Cute, so cute. It was Keiichi-kun's furry little seal. In the blink of an eye, Mion and Satoko's elbows smashed into my face. Huh? What? Showing Reina something so dirty. Okay, it's you sick pervert. As have you beaten into oblivion. Wait, you got it all wrong. A dark billowing aura flowed from Mion and Satoko. It was no good. They're gonna kill me. Michan, I'm not sure what's going on, but you've got it all wrong. You see, Keiichi-kun had... It's a first sealed keychain. Mika-chan stuck her hand into my pocket and pulled out my keychain. Yeah? He said he made it long ago for one of his summer school assignments. He said he doesn't show it to others often because it's embarrassing. Yeah, so small and cute. He tries his best to make it. It's so wonderful. Oh, this old man thought you meant it was Keiichi's cute little fur seal. Oh, I expect no less from Mion-san. We got punched, right? I thought something exploded. Yes, we did get punched. You misconstrue things in the wildest ways. They slung insults at each other and looked like they were ready to turn to each other at any second. I beg of you, if I'm in the clear, would you mind getting off of me? That made me like, ooh, that's like, okay, it's not like that flash in the camera just now, like that made me do a double take, because like for a second I forgot I was playing a video game, and then I actually like freaked out because I thought someone took a photo of me, and I wasn't even thinking like, oh no, I'm gonna get doxxed. I was just thinking like, how rude. Like, how rude of you to take a photo of me without my consent. How dare you? You think you have the right. Hey guys, you all seem energetic as usual. It was Tomitake-san. I don't know if all is forgiven yet. He's gonna have to do some other things for me. As I lay crumpled on the ground, Mion and Satoko continued to bicker above me. Mika-chan was patting me on the head, and Reina was still in cute mode. It was probably quite a lively scene. It's a fine evening indeed, although it's rather poor etiquette to photograph a lady without her permission. That's right. At least you don't really need Satoko's permission. Satoko dug her heel into me. Good evening. You're headed back tomorrow, aren't you? Were you able to take lots of good photos? Thanks to you, I got plenty of good shots.
Hello all. Did I miss anything important?
Hello, Ari. No, you didn't. It's been like 5 hours of school festivals and club activities, and I'm gonna kill myself. Like, it's... Oof. Tonight's the last we see of old Tomitake-sama, isn't it? Such a shame. Hurry up and have your major breakout soon. Just as rude as ever, aren't you? I really am sad I won't be able to hear that voice of yours for almost half a year. Be sure to have as much fun as you can tonight. We'll be back in Tokyo tomorrow after all. That's true, it'll be another 6 months until I can enjoy another night where I can see the stars. Tomitake-san looked up at the night sky, cheerfully. At that moment, even though he was smiling, I sensed a bit of sadness. Why don't you move here, Tomitake-san? In Hinamizawa. Tomitake-san was speechless. It's not very convenient here. No shops or recreational spots, but there might not be anything really here, but you know. Everyone knew what I was trying to say. Tomitake-san was also well aware. So, Reina, Mion, Satoko, and Rika-chan, none of them butted in. I've only been here for less than a month, so I don't really know everything about it. Normally I'm a really talkative guy, but in situations like this I'm at a loss for words. Even though all this was happening in such a boisterous setting, it felt like all the background noise was fading into the distance. This place is probably... Tomitake-san rested his hand on me gently, silencing me. Thank you, Keiichi-kun, Mion-chan and Reina-chan, Satoko-chan and Rika-chan. Tomitake-san's smile was so slight, it looked as if it was going to crumble at any minute. But it was warm. I also think it would be great if I could live here. Those might have been cruel
Did any
words coming
horror
from a
happen
kid.
yet?
No, not yet. Not yet. It's been 5 hours of club activities. And like lewd jokes with a bunch of high schoolers. It's like that's honestly the horror. That's the horror. That's my horror. That's the worst nightmare I'm dealing with right now, is just surviving the first half of this visual novel instead of the second half where they do the gore and stuff. It's like, okay, yeah, we can chop people up in axes, that's fine. Like, but I can't take another like air quotes lewd joke from a high schooler again. Like, I can't do this. I'm a grown ass man. I can't do this. Those might have been cruel words coming from a kid who didn't need to worry about working to feed himself. Oh yeah, they are. I hadn't touched my back. It was Reina. H-kun, you shouldn't pick on adults. It's not nice. Background clamor of the festival returned.
You missed Charis' attempts to read Romanized Japanese.
We won't be seeing him for a while after all. We need to make sure Tomitake-san also enjoys tonight. When Reina smiled, the mood instantly got brighter. That's true, I think I'll do just that. Yeah, hey, Mi-chan, how about it? Can we let Tomitake-san in our club activities? That's a great idea. Or so I thought, but Mion had a snobbish look on her face. One of the requirements for membership is residence in Hinamizawa, you see? Come on, Mi-chan, just for today, don't be mean. Well, he does come around often every year. I'll make him an honorary citizen. Whoa, yay. No, the real horror is the loud, unexpected sound effects. Honestly, true. Lynn, like, if they do that and that's the horror, I'm gonna be annoyed. Now then, I wonder if this aged fellow, well past his prime, will be a match for me. Let's have him show us the wisdom of a mature adult. Hehe, can you keep up with us youngins? Tomitake-san stepped back slightly at our audacious grins. I'm just saying, like, it's just... Tomitake-san, I understand that he's friendly, but I wouldn't hang out with a bunch of high schoolers. Like, that's just not... That wouldn't be in my MO. Like, I'd recommend against it personally, but whatever. I, Mion Sonozaki, club president, do hereby authorize honorary citizen Tomitake's entry into our club. Her words were quickly drowned out by our cheers. What do you mean by club? What our club does, you see, in order to cope with our complicated society, we perform various activities with various rules. Sometimes they are in your favor, and sometimes they work against you. I'm pretty weak, so I'd prefer you not single me out. Let's try to get along. If you wish to mock our childish games, then this will be the perfect opportunity. We'll leave you with nothing. We won't even leave the hairs on your butt. So it's a club where we play games together. Of course, Rika-chan was the only one to give an answer that made sense. Alright, just what I wanted. I'll take you up on that challenge. Don't be too rough on me, my mentors. Tomitake-san got riled up and did a victory pose like he was 10 years younger. That's perfect. We switched the music, but I was just about to say the BGM just now was like some Sizeria music. If you know, you know, or not. I don't know, maybe you don't know, whatever. We continue walking through the festival with Mion in the front. Now we looked like a family of 6. It had some intensity to it. Same rules as always. The loser will, of course, be subject to a penalty. Tomitake-san was a bit surprised, but to us it was just the same as always, regardless of how terrible a penalty it was. Just don't lose. Reina was also brimming with determination. She didn't have any intention of losing. That's true. I tousled Reina's hair to lighten the mood. She giggled to hide her embarrassment. I see, this is what it means to feel like a kid again. Tomitake-san whispered that to nobody in particular. At that moment, we heard an old man call out in a strong voice. Looking over, I realized it was the man Mion had greeted right before the festival. Does he get a sprite? No, he doesn't. You're here. Little Miss Sonozaki. Seems you brought quite the crowd. We came to eradicate your entire stall. This stall was a shooting gallery. It was the usual setup where you had to knock down the prize you wanted with a cork gun. The rules are simple. 3 shots. The winner is whoever gets the biggest prize. Everybody shouted their agreement. There was no need to consider how to win, since the condition for victory was simply size. The biggest prize at the stall went without question. It was that one, wasn't it? Whoa, that teddy bear? Cute! Reina was gazing longingly at a large stuffed animal. It was intentionally placed on an unsteady platform, so it was possible to get it if you hit the right spot. Never been to Japan, so can't relate. Okay, no mind. But anyone who's been knows that was the size. Not this music. It was the last track, I think, was the Caesarea music, or the one before that. What is this music? This music is. This is the music that plays when you are. This is the music. This is you're playing Pokemon. You walk up to someone and like a trainer's eyes meet you, and then they walk over, and it's like the psychic Brendan has challenged you to a battle, and then he goes like, "Do my eyes deceive me? Wait, no, I do not have eyes, for I see with my third eye, and my Alakazam." Kra, and then like it. Like this is the music. This is the trainer encounter music right before the battle begins. And the thing with that music is it's supposed to loop for at most like 10 seconds, which is how long it should take you to read that dialogue, that bit of dialogue, before it gets into the battle thing, which is like the one that's actually kind of catchy. But like this bit, this prelude music is now looped. It's been looping for hours, and it's really annoying. Okay, got some fun facts for you at the end of this. Okay, so please share them with me at the end. 0, thank you. It's magnificently set up to make someone think that. Not bad, Keiichi-san. I figured you would see through the scam instantly. The most logical course of action would be to aim for some candy or a doll. Hold on, I gotta do something. It is level 5 average level 2 and you win. Yes, true. I just like, I just want you to like, this is the old art. Fantastic, well done. I'm gonna go back there and go on the updated art.
It's cute.
It is cute, it is cute. The intent analysis had already begun. In this club, you get eaten alive, you don't come prepared. Everything hinges on what plan you can come up with before the main event. At some point, a large crowd had gathered around us making a big fuss. There was this much of a following for a club's infamous event. Knocking that bear down ensures a win. Only 3 shots. To use them all just trying, that'd be rough. Hey, I have other customers waiting, Who's up first? The first one has the advantage of being able to aim for the easier prizes, but it's dangerous to compete without knowing the gun's quirks. Tomitake-san's take on the situation was pretty good. He gets what our club is about. Well then, to be fair, how about using rock, paper, scissors to decide? How about that? That's really the only way. Rock, paper, scissors. After a couple of matches, it ended up with Mion being first. I didn't want to end up first. Oh well, I'll just think of it as a handicap. Gramps, gun! Here you go! When the shooting range guy handed her a rifle, Mion looked it over intently. She didn't forget to check the cork bullet, either. Okay, this gun is brand new, isn't it? No faults, not bad. Mion raised the gun in one swift motion. It was completely different from her careful inspection. She was shooting from the hip. Fire, reload. Fire, reload. Fire, reload. Flop, flop, flop. 3 candy boxes fell one after the other, a big haul. The crowd paused in a moment of awe and then erupted into cheers. Whoa! Awesome! That was quite good. Tomitake-san was at a loss for words after seeing such shooting prowess. amazing, Michan. Three. The accuracy was incredible. Her choice of targets weren't bad either. The 3 Mion had gone after were fairly large and pretty easy to knock over. They were all targets with very high return on investment. Who's up next? Satoko? Careful, the bullets are light. Next was Satoko. The rifle looked a bit big for her little body, but it didn't seem like she had any problem with the weight. Of course, I shall aim for the grand prize. She proclaimed that she was going after the teddy bear. Damn, Satoko, such a bold move. The moment she knocks it over, she's guaranteed to be in first. Good luck, Satoko-chan. Satoko was the opposite of Mion. She aimed at the target quite carefully and squeezed the trigger. Bah, these bullets are too light. First 2 struck the bear in the torso, but it only shifted a bit. You need to aim higher towards the head or it won't work. Satoko's 3rd bullet wasn't aimed at the bear, but at the candy box below its arm. I hate to say it, but it appears the bear is just too much for me. She went boldly after the big catch, but since she switched over to less impressive prey at the last second, the crowd only gave a strained laugh. Were they laughing because he lacked the courage? These fools know nothing. A fine attempt, Satoko. You've gotten better. Palm of Mion's outstretched hand went pump as it tapped down lightly on Satoko. She appeared to just be talking hot air, but this was actually completely calculated. Damn that Satoko, just to avoid being in last place. She dared to switch over to an easy target, without shame or honor. Magnificent. I'll allow you to take the bear, Reina-san. I pray for your victory. Okay, thanks so much, Satoko-chan. Oh, Bear-san, so cute. Reina was up next. She couldn't hit the broadside of a barn as regular Reina, but she said the bear was cute. I wonder how Reina-chan will do. I hope she's able to hit at least one. You're underestimating Reina, Tomitake-san. It's Reina, you know? Reina Ryugu, you know? It was to get that teddy bear. Whoa! Tomitake-san wheeled around to see what all the commotion the spectators were making was about. It was to get that bear. She'd been able to shoot through a pinhole. The one known as Reina Ryugu could do it. It's shaking, it's shaking! Cute! Reina couldn't hide her excitement over the bear's slow rocking. Now Reina couldn't lose. Not bad. Reina-san. The less collected you become, the stronger you get. Whoa, another big cheer. Reina's bullets hit the bear's forehead again. Not enough, the bear seemed to wobble more than before. But it might not be possible. You never know. With Reina-chan's skill, it might be. While Tomitake-san was just as excited as the crowd, Rika-chan's analysis was not swayed by emotion. If Reina had 10 more shots, then she could surely knock it over. But with just one more, no matter how you looked at it, no go. Ow. Ow! The crowd let out a dejected groan. She had shot it right in the forehead 3 times. It was a bit late, but they gave her a good round of applause for that attempt.
Hello, chat.
Hello, Azure, hello. Ow, Bear-san. Take him home. She should be praised for her valor. But she had no trophies to show for it. Then at the moment, the old man flicked one of the candy boxes with his finger and handed it to Reina. This is for you, little lady. Huh? You're giving this to me? The gods wouldn't forgive me if I let you go home empty-handed after such a display. There was another shower of applause. Reina turned bright red and I pulled her back over to us by her hands. You did a good job. Your cute mode really surprised me. I really wanted Mr. Bear. Where? It was easy to see that it only needed a little bit more to be knocked over. Reina had done quite a lot for me. I still needed to pay her back for that delicious picnic. Alright, then I'll get it and give it to you. What? Tomitake-san had stolen the words right out of my mouth. Uh-oh, are we in the chair right now? What's going on? Okay, please, Tomitake-san. Good luck. Damn you, old man Tomitake. Seeing the good parts for yourself? This small hand stretched over and fell gently in my hand just before I was overcome with frustration. You keep on fighting too, Keiichi, okay? Tomitaka-san carefully studied the bear. Setting his sights, he shouldered the rifle while holding the other two shots in his hand. Why is he doing that? Yes, no doubt, Tomitaka-san's aiming for him. The time between shots was short. It was meaningless to shoot again once it stopped shaking, so Tomitaka-san was relying on rapid fire to win the battle. It was visibly wobbling much more than it ever had before, but that was all. It still didn't fall over. Oh, too bad. All of Reina's momentary expectation from watching it sway violently turned into a dejected sigh. I really thought it would work. Oh ho ho, it seems that since you're a man, you will not be receiving any candy. What? Man, it's tough being a guy, isn't it? Man. So, they won't let you say this, but it's actually so hard being a man. Oh. Male loneliness epidemic stream 2. That was it. It meant Tomitaka-san had no spoils of war. So both Kit-chan and Reika-chan can just shoot down a small easy prize and avoid being dead last. Avoid being the loser, huh? Oh, sorry about that. It's your turn next, Keiichi-kun. Best of luck. I was the 5th shooter. I took the rifle from Tomitaka-san. If I took the ruthless route as Miyana suggested, then I'd go for a small target, except when I picked up the rifle, I definitely got a feeling from it. It was burning passion, passed down to me by Tomitaka-san, the regret of not being man enough to fell the bear that Reina wanted. Yes, that's right. If I didn't aim for the bear, then I wouldn't be a man. After all, that was my promise to Reina. Huh? What promise? What? To shoot down that bear, then give it to Reina, that one. You mean, The crowd went wild when they saw our conversation. Ooh, cool, One-chan, you got balls, man. That's not it. Fine, men of the crowd. If I didn't do this, then Reina might mug the old man running the stall on his way home. No, that's not it. That's not it at all. Why can't I just express my honest feelings? Keiichi-san surely talks the talk. But how do you actually intend to bring down the bear? Why is this grown-ass man here anyways? To be fair, he's like invited by the characters. But against that point, why was he written in the story in the first place? I don't know. Keiichi-kun. If only there was some way to shoot faster, I'd be able to pile more power on this way to reach it. Good luck, Keiichi-kun. After taking 2 deep breaths, I shouted over to the guy. 2 more rifles. Huh? The crowd murmured amongst themselves. That's not legal. There's no way that's legal. I wonder what Keiichi-san is up to. One person can't handle 3 white rifles at once. I get it. Nice thinking, Kei-chan. Mion was able to figure it out magnificently. Rapid fire. Basically, what was taking the most time was reloading the shots. That's right. Then by putting 3 preloaded rifles next to each other, Tomitaka-san went silent, peering at me and the bear through its lens. His photographer's blood predicted a miracle would occur. And then the crowd finally picked up on what I was planning. They let out a great cheer, chanted my name, Keiichi. Rapid fire is the key. If I miss, all is for naught. Phew. After letting out a deep breath, I paused. Oh, that's a breath memo. Phew. If Reina doesn't get that bear, she might introduce the stall owner to a real gun. Introduce. I love the word. I love what the word introduce is doing in that sentence. After letting out a deep breath, I paused. Relax. Now. Pew, pew, pew. That moment, it felt like time itself had stopped. Felt like I could see the trajectory of the bullets. Hit it and knock it down. First shot hit the bear in its head. Second. Third. Bear swayed hard, and then... Woohoo! Yeah! Ooh! The cheers began before the stuffed animal even finished falling off the shelf. The guy caught it before it hit the ground and tossed it over to me. You actually knocked it over. You got me. Amazing. Congratulations, Keiichi-kun. Keiichi-san has finally learned how to use his head. I see you in a slightly better light now. I didn't do it all by myself. Everyone hit it, and those small bits together brought it down. This trophy belongs to all of us. Right, this is all from us working together. Me didn't hit it a single time. Urk. After holding up the teddy bear like it was a championship trophy, I handed it to Reina. Here, this is from me. No, from everyone. Thanks for always making your delicious lunches. Reina, thinking she was never actually going to get it, was momentarily speechless. I can't, Keiichi-kun. This is everyone's, after all. In that case, I was the one who knocked it down. And it's mine. It's mine, so I'm giving it to Reina. I pushed the stuffed animal towards her again. This time she embraced and accepted it. You've watched out for me ever since I moved here, after all. I'm really grateful, you see. Thanks a lot. Oh, Keiichi-kun, thank you so much. Reina dove at me. Mion told me a few days later that Reina kissed me, but I didn't realize it during all the excitement at the time. I remembered what I was trying to say to Tomitake-san earlier. There really isn't much of anything here, but there are lots of things you can't find anywhere else. I gained a lot from coming to Hinamizawa, especially at that moment. The crowd's cheers echoed on and on.
_cheer heart.
Hello, Estella. From the altar set up in front of the shrine, the drum sounded with a booming echo. It was the finale of the festival. I'll be going off ahead then. Uh-oh, I need to go and get myself a good spot too. Well then everyone, see you in a bit. Both Rika-chan and Tomitake-san gave their farewells and disappeared into the crowd. I wish both of you the best in your endeavors. Now, shall we be off? Yeah, might as well go see Rika-chan's charming figure. Let's go. Yeah. Huh? Where is Reina? What are you doing? Keiichi-kun! Mi-chan, save me! Tasukete kure! Since she was carrying such a ridiculously large stuffed animal, she was being carried by the flow of people. What is she doing? She must have had her hands full taking care of that bear. So I'll leave Reina in your care, Keiichi-kun. Kei-chan, I have my hands full taking care of Satoko. Who would want to be looked after by you, Mion-san? Ouch, please don't pull my arm. Before losing sight of Mion, I grabbed the back of Reina's collar. Keiichi-kun, not there, don't grab me there. Always so bossy, where can I grab then? How? I didn't feel ashamed at all. Reina was ashamed enough for the both of us. I grabbed onto Reina's hand and dashed after Mion and the others. We're gonna be late, let's hurry up. Yeah. I hadn't realized Reina's hand was so delicate. Maybe she needed a bit more exercise and nutrition. That wasn't what I meant, not at all. My ears burned. I tried to keep calm. I repeated the phrase, keep it together, Keiichi Maibara, in my head, but it didn't look like I would be able to anytime soon. I really didn't want Reina to see my face right then, so I pushed onwards, dragging her along without looking back even once. That's kind of ominous. Can we keep this music for the next bit as well? There was already a huge group of people gathered at the altar in front of the shrine. The fire at the altar made it as bright as midday and just as hot. There was a pile of futons boarded with sanctified rope in front of the altar. Come to think of it, they did say it was a festival where they did something with cotton and futons. Keiichi-san, Reina-san, we're over here. Satoko waved her hand from the front row. Oh, sorry. Making our way through the mass of people, we reached the spot they'd saved. How was it? Were you able to have a little bit of excitement with Reina? You punk, so that's what your plan was. Instead of replying, Mion gave us a perverse grin. How was it, Reina? Was Kei-chan's hand bigger than you thought it would be? Ha. How? Reina turned bright red, puffs of steam shooting out of her. I heard something slice through the air and turned around to see Mion on the ground with a welt on her face. Mion, when were you hit? Between the ha and o over how, I think. Reina, it's not good to punch your friends to hide your embarrassment. I didn't hit her, whatever. How? Thump, the thunderous beat of the drum echoed, silencing the crowd. You must all be quiet, it's beginning. It was a solemn ritual. Rika-chan entered dressed as a shrine maiden, followed by members of the municipal committee. The elders all looked at Rika-chan and clasped their hands in praise. The only thing allowed to disturb the profound silence was the flash from Tomitake-san's camera. What's the big thing Rika-chan is holding? A hoe that's used for this festival. It's a sacred farming tool that only the shrine maiden may touch. It was an awkward shape for a piece of farm equipment, not uncommon for something used in rituals. After reciting a Shinto prayer, Rika-chan approached the pile of futons gathered at the altar. She swung the hoe skillfully, plowing it into the futons. Each and every little movement of this performance probably had to be done in a certain way. Without a doubt, this was a ritual. What's next? Airing out futons? She's purifying futons that absorbed illnesses from people over the winter. So when Kei-chan said airing out futons, he wasn't completely wrong. Rika-chan's face was already dripping with sweat. That hoe was probably really heavy. She staggered side to side with the momentum of each swing. This is kind of like an out of context. This is a really funny out of context screenshot, but I'm going to keep going. Satoko looked on, silently lending her support. Worried? Mika practiced every single day with a mochi hammer. She was certainly prevailed. Satoko's hands were sweaty, and whenever Rika-chan started to sway a little, she held her breath. Why wasn't Mion a candidate to be the shrine maiden? It feels wrong having Rika-chan swing around something so heavy. I'd do it if they asked me, you know. And well, it's not something just anyone could do. That's true. Shrine maidens need to be pure after all. Good. Mion drove her elbow into my side. With the thud of the big drum, Rika-chan gave a solemn bow and descended from the altar. That triggered a round of generous applause. After the Shinto priest had raised up the cleansed futons like a portable altar, all the spectators stood up. Following after the priests, we all marched on at a moderate pace. They descended the shrine's giant stairs in a line. What's happening now? Washing the futons in the river? Ahaha, watanagashi means setting cottons adrift, you know? The procession continued right up to the bank of the stream. The fire was stoked high, and it was bright as day here, too. People started crowding around it and clamoring. Alright, get in line. Line up, Keiichi-kun. Wonder what was up. Maybe we'd get some holy wine. Red and white bean buns? It's not food. I said it was cotton. Ah, but of course. They didn't call it the watanagashi for nothing. I finally understood. The municipal committee members pulled out the cotton from inside the futons and balled it up like mochi, handing it out to people. Nena drove into the line and brought out some for me as well. Dove into the line. We then proceeded to the bank of the stream. Since it's your first time, Keiichi-kun, just copy what I do. She held the cotton in her right hand and, waving her hand as if to purify it, she touched it to her forehead, chest, navel, and both thighs. You do this 3 times and silently give thanks to Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro-sama? Nani? The name of the shrine's god? Namae wa Kami desu. Yes, it's the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. It brings about both miracles and curses, so you must be sure to respect it. That sounded like a pretty frightening god, and we're about to get cursed. But well, when in Rome, I was officially a resident of Hinamizawa now, after all. Doing as Reina showed me, I touched the cotton over myself 3 times. Thank you, Oyashiro-sama. Thank you, Oyashiro-sama. Thank you, Oyashiro-sama. This way, all that evil that possesses you is sucked up by the cotton. Then you let it gently drift away on the stream and you're done. Together, Reina and I set our pieces of cotton afloat on the surface of the water. The flowers of cotton blooming in the water had sucked out all the evil festering in Hinamizawa and drifted off, disappearing into the distance. It was wonderful, like those floating lantern festivals I'd seen on TV. The best part, though, was feeling like this rite of passage had made me a true resident of Hinamizawa. Higurashi when they cry. While staring off into the stream, I somehow got separated from Reina. I wasn't very lonely, though. I know this place now. This is where I live, my home. It's probably better if I just stay here instead of wandering around aimlessly. Someone would surely find me while I was enjoying the evening breeze. I heard a familiar voice. It was Tomitake-san's. I headed towards it. How did it go, Tomitaka-san? Were you able to get some good shots? Yeah, fortunately. Tomitaka-san was with a girl. Oh, I felt a little like I was intruding. Ooh. Ooh, oh. 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 Okay. Hold on, we gotta check. This is the first thing we gotta do. We gotta check this out. I kind of like her too, like this. This guy, I forget his name, Tomitaka-san, had the biggest glow up by far. Biggest glow up. Everyone else is like, it's good. I can see why it's updated, but yeah. How is it, Keiichi-kun? Did you enjoy the festival? From the way she spoke, it seemed like she was a resident of Hinamizawa. I really should try harder to remember people's faces here. What was her name? Well, it was fun. My face must have given away how desperately I was trying to remember her name because she gave a lighthearted chuckle. It's probably because it hasn't been long since you moved here. It's pretty hard to believe seeing how friendly you've gotten with the other kids. If that's how it looked, it was probably all thanks to Reina and Mion. Perhaps you feel more like a resident of Hinamizawa after taking part in the festival today. I wonder about that. Oh, that's not like you. I tried to get used to Hinamizawa. There were still plenty of things I didn't know. Faces of people I'd met, for example. Things that had happened in the past as well. Oh, you're feeling left out because of something like that? It's not so much as feeling left out, it's just... I'm not sure how to say it. That incident at the dam construction site, the fighting over it and the other conflicts. That terrible incident they pretended they didn't even know about whenever I brought it up. Am I saying this to them? Am I saying this to them? That's kind of... ooh. Alright, I think we're getting into it now. Okay. Even though it was in the past, as someone living in Hinamizawa, it wasn't wrong to want to know about both the good and the bad that happened here. If it will put you at ease, then I'll tell you everything I know. Well, we did say that shit. We did say that shit. Tomitaka-san's smile made me more relieved than I'd ever been. It was hard to think of what to ask when someone said, ask me anything now. Even when there was so much I wanted to ask. Then, could you tell me about what happened when the dam was being constructed? There was a big incident where Hinamizawa was going to be submerged, right? I think the locals will be more knowledgeable about the dam than I am. Well, if you don't mind, I'll tell you what I know. Something what I read in the newspaper, though. Tomitaka-san's eyes entered an unfocused gaze as he searched through his memory. Then he spoke. The decision to start the dam project was finalized 7 or 8 years ago. I heard it was the next major project after Kurobe. There were 3 major issues in Japan at that time: improving inter-island transportation infrastructure, meeting the higher demand for electricity, and flood control. There was a boom of dam building due to the massive economic stimulus they provided on top of generating electricity and flood control. Hinamizawa had the right conditions to support dam construction, so it was singled out. The dam reservoir would have covered quite a lot of ground when it was completed. The entire area right up to Yagoichi, way upstream, would be underwater. But why did they have to pick a populated area like Hinamizawa? Couldn't they have instead picked a place where nobody lived? I'm not really sure why, but I heard that it was just the right terrain for building a dam. Of course, there were protests here in Hinamizawa. Mika-chan had said there was a battle. From that choice of words, I had to guess things had turned violent. There was a trial, and it was even brought up before the National Diet. It was covered in the Tokyo newspapers, too. Mion had told me all about that, as well. I'm sure every resident of Hinamizawa had united to fight together. The feeling of solidarity found here, which could not be expressed properly with mere words, was likely brought about by that battle. Did they kill the dude and then, like, frame it as the workers citing a revolt? And then the government keeps trying to send people here to, like, make the dam, and then all the residents have to keep the secret. And then also, you know, kill all the new people that show up and then also keep that secret? As a result, bribery and scandals were brought to light. As things got more and more complicated, they eventually halted construction. If I wanted to know, now was my only chance to ask. It was certainly a bizarre incident that boys my age would be curious about. I felt a little shame in the fact that I was petty enough to have my curiosity piqued by Reina and Neon's refusal to talk about the event. But I figured I might as well ask, since I had the chance. Just so I would stop thinking about it so much. So there was a dismemberment, right? It was. It happened to be here in Hinamizawa at the time. I happened to be here in Hinamizawa at the time, so I remember it well. Umetake-san's answer was nonchalant in contrast to my hesitantly forced that question. It was about this time 4 years ago. It was the day of the Watanagashi. Okay, if I recall correctly. Debate on whether to continue construction on the dam was in disarray. Scandal after scandal rocked the project near the end. The incident that was the final nail in the coffin for the dam project. A fight at the dam construction site ended in the victim being murdered. Are you getting scared? No. Why would you say that? I'm not scared. What? It's like, it's not even real. These are just words on a screen. It's not even real. Whatever. Being prosecution, the 6 assailants divided the remains into 6 pieces and each hid one. 5 of the 6 criminals turned themselves in out of guilt, but one was still on the run. The right arm he'd hidden had yet to be found. The major details lined up with what was in the tabloid I'd read earlier. It certainly was a tragic incident, but it wasn't so terrible that Reina and Neon needed to hide it from me. Are you scared of dams? Shut up. I guess they didn't want someone who'd just moved here to have a negative impression of Hinamizawa. I felt grateful for having friends who worried so much about me, as well as ashamed for still being so interested in it. It was near the end of all the trouble with the dam, you see. Everyone was saying that it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. Oyashiro-sama's curse, huh? Oyashiro-sama was the name of the god at the shrine that held the festival today, if I recalled correctly. I see. Their guardian deity rained divine punishment down on the evil dam construction for trying to flood Hinamizawa. Apparently the younger ones didn't think so, but it seems the elderly in the village never doubted it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. The woman with Tomitake-san said with a mischievous chuckle. Tomitake-san began laughing with her. It was so infectious I ended up laughing as well. Yep. But I wonder about now. There are quite a few, I think. Amongst the youth, too. A few what? People who believe in Oyashiro-sama's curse. The woman's lips were still curled into a smile, but her expression turned stern. Then after that, it continued every year. Always around this time. Continued? What continued? Tomitake-san paused for a second as if to build up some suspense. Then he whispered to me as if someone might have been listening. Every year on the day of the Watanagashi, somebody dies. Fuck you, man. Man. No. Fuck you. Okay, alright, let's do fucking alright, whatever. Was it getting to you? No. The year following the dismemberment, on the day of the Watanagashi, a man from Hinamizawa who had supported the dam fell off a cliff overlooking some rapids and died while he was on vacation. Unfortunately for his wife, the body was never recovered. He supported the dam construction even though he lived in Hinamizawa. At the time, there were whispers amongst the elderly saying it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. The woman chuckled mischievously again. Then the next year, the night of the Watanagashi, the shrine's Shinto priest died suddenly from an unknown illness. His wife drowned herself in the bog that night. The shrine's Shinto priest. You mean he was from the shrine here? Urun nodded. There was a rumor amongst the villagers that they weren't able to quell Oyashiro-sama's anger. And the year after that, again on the night of the Watanagashi, they discovered the battered body of a local housewife. Housewife? Up until now, all these mysterious deaths were people involved with the dam or had connections with Oyashiro-sama. With that in mind, could the housewife have been involved in some way too? Exactly, the woman stated slyly. No, it was more menacingly. One of the victim's relatives, you see, was connected to the younger brother of the dam supporter who fell to his death 2 years before. The younger brother is still alive, it seems, but it did bother him quite a bit, so he moved to the neighboring town. For a while, I stood there with my mouth agape. The battle over the dam construction, with Hinamizawa's future at stake, and the murder at the center of it all. That was all I knew, and that was all I wanted to ask about, but that wasn't all there was to the story. Homicide, body disposal, accidental deaths, terminal illness, suicide, fatal beatings. I'm a pretty level-headed person, but I don't really want to believe in curses, but the freakish deaths happened every year on the day of the Watanagashi, and all of them were related to the dam construction? It was easy to dismiss each of them as coincidences by themselves, but when you put them all together, dismissing all of them as coincidence would then defy logic. Well, I don't know if it would defy logic. There are ways to explain things, but... So here's what the story is. The story is, we have to kill, we have to brutally, kill all of our friends / love interests to appease the god. What's the name of the god? Oyashiro-sama? Oyashiro-sama, yep. So we gotta, do that to appease the god, so to end the curse of the village by, killing my friends or something, I don't know. I don't believe in curses, but every single year on the day of the Watanagashi, somebody or something makes it happen without fail. The woman chuckled again, as if she picked up on what I was thinking. It felt like she was saying maybe there was, maybe we frightened him, stuff like that. I felt embarrassed at being read so easily. I pressed Tomitake-san to continue, a bit of impatience and irritation in my tone. And then, so someone died the next year, right? Who was it that time? I wonder, who do you think, H-Kun? The hell? It was me, Barry. The way you said it didn't agree with me. The sarcastic tone ticked me off. Don't avoid the question, I'm serious here. Hey, calm down, H-Kun. I realized when she tried to calm me down that I'd been panicking. We're not trying to avoid the question, H-Kun. It's just when you say the next year, that's this year. That's today. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Okay, I'm alright, okay, I'm just gonna turn the volume down a bit on my end. Okay, alright, okay. When she hesitated to say it, Tomitake-san finished for her. I broke into a cold sweat. I really didn't like the direction this was headed. Nobody wants to speak of it, but they all think it's going to happen again tonight. The festival was so cheerful, though. Well, the victim last year, the housewife, she was a non-believer. Turns out she didn't even attend the Watanagashi festival. There's a rumor going around that if you don't participate in the festival, you would incur Oyashiro-sama's wrath. Didn't you hear anything about this, H-Kun? Never even heard a whisper of that rumor. Then the reason everyone was at the festival was they were afraid of the curse? Also, who is this lady? Why is she hanging out here? Can I, go back to the... Can we go back to the, Can we just... Now this looks creepy too. Now this also looks creepy now. Oh my god. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep this on. I figured that must have been the reason. There were a lot more people at Watanagashi than usual. I guess everyone was just afraid after all of Oyashiro-sama's curse. I couldn't utter a single word. In this modern age, where we've made progress in all scientific fields, shedding light on the unknown and misunderstood, where black and white television has been eradicated and we've set men to the moon, even with all our accomplishments, this can exist in modern society? Tons of invitations were sent out to neighboring towns' youth groups to help pad the numbers, but after that string of events, few decided to join. The municipal committee members were complaining about how hard it was to gather participants. Also, the police are treating each case as isolated. They don't believe they're connected. They're trying to keep it quiet, so it's all plainclothes officers. It finally began to dawn on me why Reina and Mion were reluctant to talk. If nothing happened during this Watanagashi, everything would have been over with, and I'd be none the wiser. If nothing happened at all, would be well. In that case, it would all end up just being crazy talk. I should have just pretended like I knew nothing from the beginning. Then they wouldn't have had to act like nothing happened. And we would have all gotten back to our life as usual. Maybe it was just too much for him after all. The woman ran her fingers through her hair as she sighed. No, it wasn't. Not at all. I tried to act strong, but that just served to emphasize how much the information had unsettled me. Okay, we're gonna go back to the thing. We'll go back to the we'll go back to the other. We'll go back to the okay. After seeing how I looked, Tomitake-san appeared to regret saying anything. Letting out a sigh, he then spoke, forcing an awkward, upbeat demeanor. Kiichi-kun, surely you don't believe in such things as curses. Well, no. If the causes of all the crimes were unknown, with the perpetrators and their methods all mysteries, then I would think it's the work of a curse. But that's not how things are in reality. The police are investigating the evidence, and suspects are to uncover the truth. Hearing him say police made me feel a lot better. It was perfect for repelling the word curse. Yeah, I love the police. The first one, the dismemberment, for example, told you, didn't I? All but one of the perpetrators were arrested. It's only a matter of time for the last one. The motive turned out to have been an argument they had while intoxicated. That's no curse. Don't you agree? That was true. If it didn't happen on the day of the Watanagashi, then I wouldn't think it was related to the curse at all. The accidental death of the man who supported the dam is the same. He was in a position that made others hate him. The police made a point of investigating from that angle. They concluded it was an accident, not foul play. But they both happened on the day of the festival, right? Ha 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 ha. Just think about it, Kiichi-kun. Do you think people with a lot of enemies here in Hinamizawa could participate easily in a local festival? It would be especially hard for them to be around during the Watanagashi. They probably left Hinamizawa intentionally around this time of year to travel, don't you think? It wasn't a very clear explanation, but I sort of understood what Tomitake-san was getting at. So I pressed on earnestly, asking more questions so that I could convince myself. Then, Tomitake-san, what about the priest who died after that, the one with the unknown illness? It also happened on the day of the festival. Why does the screen keep, like, brightening? I don't like that it does that. Can I disable that? How do I... No, it's none of these. Whatever. It's even easier to explain what happened to the Shinto priest. The Watanagashi is a really big event that happens once a year. It's probably from all the built-up stress. It may have been because of a pre-existing condition. But it was an unknown illness. It's hard to believe something with an unknown cause could exist with all our advances in medicine. It's just an exaggeration. Rumors making rumors. Anyone would get worked up over having incidents happening 2 years in a row. Sudden death is quite natural, though. Of course, the police ordered an autopsy because of the strange way he died. But there wasn't enough for them to open a full investigation, you know? Turns out it was just a sudden death due to illness. The priest's wife committed suicide, correct? What about that? I believe I already explained that. Everyone was shaken up by the incidents happening for a third year. Those who are of strong faith were quick to believe it was the work of the curse. Of course, that included the priest's wife. Apparently, they found a suicide note that said something like, "My death will quell Oyashiro-sama's anger." Well then, how about the next incident with the housewife? That happened on the day of the Watanagashi, too. The perpetrator has already been caught and the case has been closed. Turns out I was just some nutjob trying to continue the legacy of the Hinamizawa curse. Oh, okay, so there's no curse after all, yep. Remember, you could always click character sprite option to regain sanity. I do remember, yeah. Everything is spooky to you. Are you experiencing the opposite of rose tinted glasses? Black tinted glasses? Web covered? I don't know. I just don't like it. You know what? Maybe. Okay, is this worse or would I rather be here now? Or would I be here like 2 hours ago when we were socializing in high school and playing tag or whatever with my like harem of, well, not my, but like with the harem of like schoolgirls. I don't even want it. Like, whatever. Let's see. Then, how about the incident the next year? Oh yeah, this year is the next year. Tomitake-san gave a hearty laugh. Nothing will happen. Not this year. It was never a curse to begin with. It's just that a group of people believed it was the explanation for a string of coincidences. My internal computer finally got itself back on track. I felt a bit embarrassed by how childish I'd become after losing control and panicking. I can see very clearly now that Keiichi-kun really does love Hinamizawa. Even if Oyashiro-sama's curse actually did exist, Keiichi-kun couldn't bring himself to believe that such a thing existed. I felt very relieved. I should probably just forget everything I heard tonight. I'll greet Reina and Mion tomorrow with the same smile as always. They'd probably also like tonight to end without incident so they can continue on tomorrow without having worried me. Great, we're gonna just go to sleep and then it'll be time skip to tomorrow. Perhaps seeing my change in attitude, the woman who had been listening and stretched as she got up from the rock she was sitting on. Okay, here's my prediction right now. It's gonna be it's gonna be a Groundhog Day where this day loops infinitely until someone dies. And like the god is like, someone needs to die, or else this day is gonna repeat forever and no one will be free. The damn curse. And then the player character is gonna go like, okay, I'm gonna go chop up my new girlfriend. I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Well then, I should be getting back. Goodness, I think I may have gone on a bit too long. There were so few people compared to the crowd from before. I could only make out a few groups of families enjoying the cool evening air. I looked at my watch. It seemed we talked for the better part of an hour. Didn't you come along with your friends, Keiichi-kun? Not going to look for them? Oh, yeah. They might all be looking for me. Hehehe. You're quite the scoundrel making the girls look for you. See you, Keiichi-kun. Have a good night. You too, Jiro-san. I'll see you a bit later. Tomitake-san seems to be quite the scoundrel himself. His name is Jiro. Jiro Tomitake. Okay, but who's the woman? Okay. After dusting off her backside, she disappeared into the crowd of people still busy cleaning up the shrine grounds. Okay, we're back. Keiichi-kun, so sorry. In her place, Reina came running over. I could see all the others behind her. Speak of the devil. My bad, Kei-chan. We got so caught up in our discussion. I'd completely forgotten about them while caught up in my own conversation, so we were even. So Tomitake-san was with you. This works out perfectly. We still need to settle the shooting gallery competition. Ah, that's right. So I guess I'm gonna end up dead last. In the end, after my dramatic victory, Rika-chan was the last challenger, but there weren't many targets left. The ones remaining were all tiny and difficult to hit. She did take her time and aim, but all 3 shots completely missed. She was to end up sharing the loser's crown with Tomitake-san. However, she did her little mewing cry in front of the owner, and he turned to mush instantly. She was given a pack of gum as a consolation prize. Her methods were a bit audacious, but she did avoid being the loser rather magnificently. Come to think of it, Rika-chan is quite the trickster. Get it? He's gonna end up dead last. Ha 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 ha. I have no idea what Keiichi is talking about. Now that it's decided that Tomitake-san is dead last. Everyone cheered and applauded. Tomitake-san smiled wryly, slightly bewildered. So, Tomitake-san, are you ready? Penalty time. Huh? Oh, I completely forgot about that. You're too naive, Tomitake-san. This is why your club can never lose. Mion pulled a felt-tipped marker from her pocket. Oh, it's that. Show him some mercy, Mion. At least use a washable marker. The permanent one is too harsh. It just has to be permanent. It comes off when you do the laundry anyway. Whoa, what is this? Please take it easy on me. All of us pinned his arms behind his back and Mion approached him with the marker in one hand. And squip, squip, squip. But she didn't write on Tomitake-san's face, she wrote on the shirt he was wearing. You better have your big break this year, Mion. Reina took up the marker next. Show me your photos next time, okay, Reina? It was a little heartwarming and I just had to laugh. This is more like a farewell card than a penalty. I'm not as soft as the rest. I'll make sure this is a proper penalty. Haha, dead last, Satoko. Try harder next time, Rika. Here you go, Keiichi-san. I couldn't decide what to write based on what kind of penalty this was. This is probably the most appropriate. Come back and play again, Keiichi. Tomitake-san was silent the entire time. At first he was quite bewildered, but now he had a different look on his face. So I have to wear this all the way back to Tokyo as part of the penalty? Of course, you better wear it all the way home. Haha, you can wear it when you come back. It would be nice. He appeared deeply moved. Embarrassment mixed with the wealth of other emotions made him turn a bright red. Understood. I'll wear this the next time I come here. I promise. Everyone cheered and applauded. It was the finest parting gift possible for a buddy heading out tonight. I saw the woman who was with Tomitake-san standing near the festival grounds. It seemed Tomitake-san noticed her too and knew it was time to leave. Seems like your guest is waiting. Isn't it about time? Yeah, that's certainly how it seems, haha. Tomitake-san headed off towards her and seemed to apologize for making her wait. We all shouted stuff at Tomitake-san. Each time we did, he looked back and waved his hand. Eventually he faded into the darkness of the night, out of sight. It was quite the casual farewell. This wasn't the first time any of us had seen someone off. They had done the same thing many times before. He's gone. Well, it's about time we take off too. Nika-chan had to stay behind with the other committee members since they were having a meeting. Satoko was tagging along with her. I headed back home with the usual suspects. The walk back was quite lively, with the talk of the day's war stories. Should have done this, should have done that, that kind of stuff. Reina and I parted ways with Mion, and then it was just the two of us. Then we got to my house, and I parted ways with Reina as well. It's already pretty late. Are you alright by yourself? Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. It's close. I'm gonna run now, too. If you run into some weirdo, just yell. If someone does come, will you come and save me? Maybe, maybe. If I hear you. Okay. I'll scream loud enough so you can hear me. Merrily spinning her arms around at high speed, Reina dashed off. She was fine. In that mode, not even an adult could stand against her. Reina's cheerful presence disappeared and it finally became quiet again. The curse that not a single person even whispered about. The more I learned about it tonight, the more unsettling it became. It didn't show on any of their faces, but they were probably all quite concerned about it as well. But if nothing happens tonight, then it all ends up just being crazy talk. Nothing will happen, nothing bad, nothing at all. What's wrong, Keiichi? Why are you standing in a place like that? Come inside, you'll catch a cold. It was my mom. Thank God it's my mom. Thank God it's my mom. Did you go, Mom? To the Watanagashi festival? In the end, your father didn't wake up, so I missed it. A little disappointing. Mom stuck her tongue out with a bit of an embarrassed look on her face. Would you look at the time? Nothing ever happens. Higurashi, when they cry. You have received new tips. Mr. and Mrs. Hojo's falling incident. Terminal illness death. Oh my god. What is... Terminal illness death of the Shinto priest Furude. Housewife murder radio log. Dude, okay, like, we went from like, what's your name? Why is your name so weird? To like, this is the death in the newspaper. We're a mixed grade? We don't have a uniform? What kind of name is Reina? Tabloids. Very tasteful tabloids. The Dam Project. The Community Notice. The Housewife Murderer. Like, can we... Okay, whatever. This is the end of chapter 6, which I think marks the halfway point in the story. There was a lot of build-up. We're now at the... I don't know what's going to happen. I actually don't know, like, what will happen. Is the day going to proceed normally? Is nothing going to happen? Like, I have no idea, and I'm really kept in suspense right now. I hope the game is good. I hope it doesn't scare me too much. But I'm starting to get, like... I'm starting to get the heebie-jeebies, like, a little bit. Like, I'm not sure. I don't know. That's gonna be the end of today's stream, because I'm not gonna do another chapter now. I'm too tired for that, but, like... Alright. Shall we say Wednesday is when you will see me again. And, and we'll be doing that. We'll be playing the video game. We will be playing the video game. We will play this video game on Wednesday or Tuesday, probably Wednesday. Yeah, and then yep, we're gonna do 2 Higurashi streams next week probably to try to finish this off. So if we do like 2 more, it's like chapter 12. How many chapters are in? Okay, how many chapters are in this? It's 12 chapters, right, or 13. So we can do this in 2 more streams. So we're gonna do 2 more streams, I think, this week of Higurashi. We're gonna play. What are we gonna play? We might actually like watch something on Discord this week. I've yet to decide what exactly, but might watch a horror movie on Discord. Could do that. Something that's a bit lighter, less scary. Maybe I'll play Little Nightmares 2 this week. I might play Little Nightmares 2 this week. Actually, you know what we'll do? Yeah, I think I will play Little Nightmares 2 this week. I'll play, so, okay, here's the schedule preemptively for everyone, right? Wednesday, Higurashi. Friday, Little Nightmares 2. Saturday, Carry the Glass with Millennium. Sunday, more Little Nightmares 2. And then we'll figure it out from there. Yep. And then we'll see, like, you know, we'll see how this goes. We'll see. That'll be this week. We still have next week and the week after for Halloween, so don't worry. We've got shit to do. We have shit to do. Thanks everyone for joining me. I will not look forward to the next 2 Higurashi streams because now I think all the fun club stuff is gone now. It's not fun. It wasn't fun, but you know, all the lighthearted club stuff is over now. So goodbye. Not forever, hopefully, because nothing bad will happen tonight because it's not a real curse. It's like it doesn't even, like, it's not even real. Like, it's a dam. It's just a string of coincidences. And also, it's like, this is like a video game or whatever, and like, it's a visual novel. It's got anime characters on it. It can't even be that serious. Like, it's got anime characters in it. How scary can it be? How scary can it be? They have anime characters on it. Like, it can't be that scary. Like, so it's like, it's not even that bad. So yeah, I'm sure nothing will happen. Yep. Yeah, we'll be fine. Yep.